If you visit the Rippaverse, you'll see just how I move differently. Got more arm hair than an armchair. That's why they call me Papa Bear, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. My business got so many factors, and I got so many detractors. Those suckers gonna meet to me, and Iceland's gonna sue me, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. Got 100,000 comics without any buyers, and a lot of insurance for warehouse fires, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. I sold 3D assets to a bunch of asshats for a pile of cash that's all gone up in smoke, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is, and what it isn't ain't it. What it is what it is, and that's it. You know a grifter's gonna grift and a scammer gonna scam. Next I'll sell these morons a comic about horsemen, because it is what it is. What it is, ain't it? What it is what it is, and that's it.
Oh, goddamn. Clearing my throat before the show starts. It's not a good sign, is it? Is it not? Let me make sure that I get my chat up here really quick, you guys. Bear with me. Where's my chat? Let's see what happens. Maybe some magic will happen. It's been a minute since I've streamed. I think this should be it. Yay. All right, you guys. Show me signs of life. Dude, what is going on with my chat window? It's so broken. It makes me really sick. Dude, we got like so much stuff to go over. Let me see. Let me make sure that I am live everywhere that I need to be. Hang with me. Bear with me. Let me make sure that I am live over on BitChute. Check up on my bitches. Let's go to my profile really quick, and then we're going to get this party started. Man, there's so much stuff going on in the world. I am, of course, going to be... Okay, we're good on BitChute. Sweet. Let me make sure that we're rumbling over on Rumble. All the rumblers in the chat. What's up? Thank you for joining. I sincerely appreciate it. Okay, we're good on... Okay, that's enough of that. All right, man, we are live everywhere that I need to be. That's excellent. That is excellent. Make sure that I am here. And all right, where's my restream chat at? Oh my gosh. I just had it up a second ago. Give people a minute to pile in. Why do I have these things? Whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, guys, it's been a minute since I've been on the live stream. I don't even remember when. Here, let me go ahead and make another announcement over on the Discord channel. Let's see. Everyone. Yeah. Okay. That's it. I am live. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's been so freaking long. It's been so long. I don't even know where to begin the show. I don't want to bury the lead with politics, because politics is kind of boring right now. There's just nothing really interesting to talk about. I will say this, we're going to do things a little bit differently. I will say this, though, in regards to politics, especially about like major current events, I am just so disappointed. I continue to be disappointed every week, every month as time goes on, in people on my side of the political aisle who, like, dude, okay, the left has been describing the problems with echo chambers. They've been describing problems regarding how likely it is for someone to fall down these rabbit holes and have their idiotic beliefs reinforced by things that are force fed to them on the internet, and they're unable to differentiate between reality and fiction. And a lot of the times, people will believe in fiction based off of posts that are fed through them or fed to them through the so-called algorithm, right? And if it reinforces their beliefs, if it reinforces they what they want to be true, they're just going to go ahead and parrot it and repeat it ad nauseum. This Iran stuff, again, I don't really care about Iran or Israel or any of these stupid countries, but the problem is that there is way too much fake shit surrounding this so-called fake war or conflict, whatever you want to call it, and it's disturbing to see people that I really, really liked, really, really trusted, falling for blatant propaganda, a lot of it in the form of AI generated videos. And it's abundantly clear that what they are saying is untrue. The sources that they come from are clearly not even partisan, but they're manufactured. Like there'd be somebody in Pakistan making up, pretending to be Iranian and to like, oh, the Americans are finished. Trump is finished. They lost the war. I don't really get that sense. Another reason why like I'm not really paying attention to it is because like I'm just living my life and the gas prices don't affect me because I ride a motorcycle, and it's not really my problem. We dealt with these crazy gas prices, the instability at the gas pump before, and there wasn't even a war. It was just, manufactured nonsense from an incompetent, illegitimate regime. And I thought to myself, it would literally be cheaper to just go ahead and buy a motorcycle than to continue driving my car as is. So I figured out a way to survive and figured out, that's what I am. I'm a survivalist, not like, going out into the woods and, cutting down trees and shit, but like being able to survive in this modern world, this very dangerous place. And, just because Trump is in office, it doesn't mean it's going to get any better. Quite the contrary. A lot of people seem to believe that it's gotten worse. And I feel like President Trump really shot himself in the foot, and other people have smarter people that I used to trust. They kind of recognize the problem with the campaign was that he was promising a complete and total overhaul of the political system that has been in place for, I don't know, decades, many, 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 many decades. And that system is heavily entrenched, still clearly antagonistic towards the current and legitimate presidency, current administration. And gas prices are going in the different direction. The food prices have gone down quite noticeably, but it's not enough for people. They want it to be practically free at this point. And the expectations were just way too high for this administration, and it was just set up to fail. I mean, granted, President Trump is kind of responsible for a lot of that, given the things that he said. But yeah, people need to chill out. But a lot of people have checked out, for lack of better words. Me too, me included. Very little of it has to do with Trump. Most of it has to do with just the discourse being fake. It is impossible to talk about politics online because of how fake the discourse is, and it's only going to get worse. It's going to continue to get worse, and I feel like President Trump is right where he needs to be. I think he's doing everything that needs to be done to stabilize or rearrange the deck, if you will, on an international stage. Because if he doesn't, then we're just gonna go back to where we were when President Obama, the wannabe boy king. We're gonna go back to that place, and that's not a place that we want to go. We're gonna go back to Bidenomics, and unfortunately, what he's doing is not popular, but a case can be made that it might be necessary. I'm not going to sit here and criticize the amazing state of Israel because it will ruin my life. And not only that, I'm not a deranged psychopath that needs to blame all of my problems on this one single country. And you know what? It's yet to be seen how this is all going to play out. Anybody pretending to know is a liar. I don't know. I can only make educated guesses. And like I'll say this. I think there's a case to be made that Israel is kind of the architect for a lot of a lot of the dysfunction in the Middle East. I think that is true, but it's also true that Iran poses a serious threat to economic stability all throughout the planet because of their access to the oil and their distribution of the oil and whatnot. And yeah, they can't, keep blackmailing the entire world. And it appears that is going to be coming to an end as of right now, as I'm making this stream, doing this stream at 7:53 p.m. on 4/14/2026. It does appear that we are on the cusp of a genuine peace deal, a genuine agreement between the United States and Iran. It would be nice if these nations cannot be antagonistic towards each other. It would be nice if there could be a little bit of sanity, or at least a semblance of sanity, brought back to the real world. But until then, we just got to keep chugging along, because if we defer our way of thinking to the shithead influencers on the internet, it's just going to seem like the sky is falling perpetually and everything is going to be getting worse. And the solution is to not vote and support candidates that are going to prevent the insanity that we had to endure during the illegitimate Joe Biden presidency. And I'm not willing to do that. I'm not going to abandon my president, and I'm not going to sit here and criticize Israel, even if they deserve it. I mean, it's crazy. And again, I don't have to, because everybody else is doing it. Everyone else can take the hits. I'm not really interested in doing something like that. In the real world, man, everybody's talking about Israel, and a lot of people really legitimately hate this country, hate the people, hate the religion, etc., etc. And okay, I mean, that's fine if people want to do that. I don't care to. I just don't want to. That's really what it boils down to, is I just don't really care about just seething and hating and just molding over this fucking country. Again, if I were to grant that a lot of the claims being made about this country is true, and their nefariousness and their subversiveness, the best thing to do to combat this regime in the desert is to not go along with their schemes. They want to destroy and erode contemporary society by pushing out these creepy, weird relationships on Netflix. They want to do a lot of really evil things. They're transing the kids. They want to flood the countries, successful countries, with third world immigration. And the best remedy is to get actively involved in your community. Get actively involved locally. A lot of the changes in the world really do start at home. And it's up to you guys to figure that out. Somebody on the internet crying about the Jews is not going to change anything. They're not going to move the needle politically. Movements really start when a group of people decide to take a stand and do something about it. For me, for example, I don't consume the goy slop. I'm not watching the goy slop. I'm not giving my money or energy or time or whatever to these organizations that aim to hurt the goyim. Okay, the goyim lives matter. I am a goyim, you're a goyim, and us goyim need to be moving very, very carefully into the future, or we're just going to fuck ourselves. And that's certainly the trajectory of this country at the moment. It's aiming in that direction. As if the elections were held today, the midterm election was held today, President Trump would most certainly be impeached come February next year. Some people might like that. Some people might enjoy that. I personally wouldn't, but just to illustrate just how insane the discourse has gotten, I do have this article pulled up. JD Vance fires back at Joe Rogan for calling MAGA supporters unintelligent and dorks. Yeah, I'm not really interested in caring about the opinion of drug addicts on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I feel like a lot of people are in agreement with me that we're kind of sour on the podcast circuit. These podcasters don't really impress us anymore. They're not interesting. It's not funny. Their opinions are kind of shitty and half baked, and they're not even honest. If I could be real with you guys, Joe Rogan is like the Walmart of podcasting, right? It's very corporate. It's very it's all sponsored. There's a lot of companies involved in this process. And the conversations that Joe Rogan has, they're very, very safe. If he was serious, he would have on somebody like Jared Taylor, E. Michael Jones, maybe a very weak, maybe a Nick Fuentes. But I don't know. Nick Fuentes isn't an honest person, and we're gonna get a little bit into honesty and dishonesty among podcasters and whatnot when we start talking about the Quarter Pounder, Melanie Mack, and Hannah Claire, and etc. But yeah, Vice President Vance shot back at Joe Rogan after he blasted the Make America Great Again movement as full of uninteresting, unintelligent people and dorks, and claimed Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were tougher on immigration than the president. I can just tell you right now, this is baloney. I live in a sanctuary city, unfortunately, and when Barack Hussein Obama was president, the whole country got darker, if you know what I mean. It got a little bit more diverse, if you know what I mean. I don't believe Hillary Clinton was really in a position to kind of dictate the flow of illegal immigration into the country, but Barack Hussein Obama, he was. And, you know, people can quote that stupid fucking stat. It's like, oh, well, he deported more people than Orange Man and his tiny wiener. Okay, even if that's true, which it isn't, let's say he deported the 3 bajillion people. Okay, well, he let in 9 bajillion other people into the country and didn't do shit. And it's obvious that this is what happened. The illegal immigration menace didn't just happen when Trump was in office. It happened for many decades. They came all throughout the 90s, all throughout the early 2000s, and of course the 2010s when Barack Hussein Obama was the president. And of course you got another 25 million when Joe Biden was in office, and it's only going to get worse. And it only got worse. And now somebody is actually doing something about it. Fentanyl deaths are down. Of course, the illegal immigration crossings are down. They're being turned away. They're being deported. Again, like all these fucking idiots, like Dave Smith, Stu Peters, the crypto scammer, and all these other fucking fruitcakes. They can pretend that like, oh, well, Orange Man is just sitting on his hands and doing nothing, but everybody knows that's not true. The MAGA popular podcaster, well, again, Joe Rogan's not MAGA. It took aim at the president's MAGA base during Thursday's episode of The Joe Rogan Experience, arguing that the movement has become unfocused and chaotic as radical extremists are increasingly lumped in with real, genuine patriots. Yeah, see, I don't think that's true. The real, genuine patriots are not in a position to really do anything. We don't have any substantial power. We're not within the administration. The so-called extremists, I think I would just say they're just corporate interests, just neocon Republicans like Lindsey Graham. They appear to be spearheading President Trump's current administration, or at least that's how it looks like. And it doesn't help that Kash Patel, who comes from the podcast world, Kash Patel comes from the Tim Pool universe. The guy's completely fucking worthless. Pam Bondi, worthless. Again, she's more interested in showing up on Fox News than actually doing her job. Chrissy Nome, she's a joke, etc. I could go on. That phrase sucks. Make America great again, and then it becomes a movement of a bunch of effing dorks because a lot of them are dorks. Rogan told comedian Dave Smith. Yeah, dude, Dave Smith, first off, he's a fucking dork. He literally calls himself a comedian, but he's not funny. Interesting. A lot of them are these really weird, uninteresting, unintelligent people that have got something they cling to, and there's a lot of people that are just real, genuine patriots, and they're lumped into this one group, and you got to accept the dorks too. Fuck that. Yeah, dude, Dave Smith doesn't do anything. Like Joe Rogan and Dave Smith are not part of any movement. Dave Smith is a failed comedian because he's not funny, and he is legitimately uninteresting. All he does is cry about the Jews. It's the Jews, and that's it. He's a one-trick pony, and it's quite old. It's quite stupid. None of these people offer an alternative way of fighting back against this so-called enemy that Dave Smith has. By the way, Dave Smith is apparently Jewish himself. Whatever. It's kind of like it's like a weird Nick Fuentes situation where he's like, "Oh, illegal immigration is bad, but then it's good sometimes." Oh, Latinx people are bad, but he's also Latinx and proud. And if you don't like that Bad Bunny fella, then you're just a butthurt F-slur. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever you say, pal. Whatever you say. Pointing to the Democrats in 2007 remarks at the podcast said the former Secretary of State once pushed hardcore right-wing 2026 perspective on illegal immigration. Yeah, they all did, but they didn't believe it. They didn't really care about it. They were just talking. They were just speaking. It was meaningless. Chuck Schumer, Obama, Bush, all these idiots. They were all hardliners, or at least they pretended to be hardliners on illegal immigration. But as you know, illegal immigration only got worse. It got so bad that arguably one of the most least qualified people to run for office ran and he won, and that would be Donald Trump, because he had no experience and he was bombastic and he was not really in lockstep with the decorum and with, you know, how you were supposed to navigate through as a politico. So good for him. Yeah. So fuck these podcasters. I really no. Does anyone really care what they think? Really? Rob Schneider, fuck, I don't really want to talk about this, but yeah, kind of like on the topic of Iran, Rob Schneider says that the United States must restore the military draft for our nation's young amid the ongoing war with Iran. Being a citizen of the United States gives us unparalleled freedoms and opportunities that are the envy of the world. However, these freedoms that we cherish do not come without a cost. Yeah, if we didn't do anything in Iran, I'm sure we would still be fine. There would be no need to there would be no need to, you know, fearmonger about the draft. Fuck the draft. Fuck the war. I don't really care. It would just be better if he just bombed them. And that would be the end of it. But you know, it's interesting because if President Trump prevails, which he very may likely will prevail against the long time enemy of the United States, Iran, it's going to completely fucking destroy the allure, this mythical aura around George W. Bush and the wannabe fake messiah Obama. We endured a 20-year war in the Middle East, adventurism in the Middle East for 20 years between these two horrific dog shit presidents, Obama and Bush. Thousands of Americans dead. I think hundreds of thousands of Middle Easterners dead. Even worse than all that is many of them ended up being imported into Europe, Canada, and the United States. And the way that they fought those wars, they would send in, you know, the military. They'd be going door to door, building to building, house to house, whatever. And a lot of people died. A lot of people were maimed horrifically. And it didn't work. It didn't work. It was so bad. President Trump negotiated a withdrawal with the Taliban. And of course, Joe Biden comes along, the failed fake president, Joe Biden. And they ended up having to attack the United States and take back Afghanistan because Joe Biden reneged on that deal that was made to withdraw from the Middle East. And people got killed. And it, you know, inflamed tensions, and it stoked the recruitment numbers for the Middle Eastern people. Yeah. I mean, who could be surprised? Hold on, where's my browser? Where's my mouse? Oh no. Okay, here it is. Yeah. But no, Rob Schneider, I like him, but he's wrong. Eric Swalwell's been in the news. Damn, we're just gonna let Lena Drews speak on this Eric Swalwell fella.
He raped me, and he choked me, and while he was choking me, I lost consciousness, and I thought I died. I did not consent to any sexual activity, although I did not undergo a rape kit. At the time, I disclosed the assault to the people closest to me. I also recorded these events in my handwritten calendar. The assault and its impact were later documented during my therapy sessions at a sexual assault center in Connecticut. It had a profound impact on my mental health. I self-medicated in an unhealthy way. I did not want to live anymore. I cried all the time for years. At the time, I was in a dating relationship with a boyfriend I was fully committed to. I've never cheated in my life, and I would never have engaged in a consensual sexual encounter with Eric Swalwell.
Well, there you have it. This went This has been going viral all over the internet. Many multiple channels. Eric Swalwell has been credibly accused of raping women. He has been photographed in hotel rooms with other men and, of course, prostitutes. The fact that this guy pays to have sex doesn't surprise me at all. It's like the eighth thing that's wrong with him. But it's always the ones you expect, right? A lot of these guys who are like, I stand firmly with women, I'm an ally to women, we got to believe all the women, is a fucking douchebag and a liar, and probably somebody who doesn't get laid quite often. It's probably somebody who is very inexperienced with women. I've fallen in love like 12 fucking times. Most women are liars. I mean, that's just a reality of it. So the whole, like, believe all women, I'll believe the facts. I'll believe the evidence. I'll believe what my eyes sees more so than the words of any specific individual. And this story's got me a little bit confused, you know, because, like, on one hand, we don't want to bear false witness against the guy. Am I saying he raped a woman? No. But is he a sleazy douchebag who gives me the douche chills? Yes, he does. Did he cheat on his wife and betray his family? It appears that is the case, yes. He's been photographed in hotel rooms with sleazy people, one of them probably being, allegedly, Latinx senator from Arizona, Ruben Gallego. If I was a Trump administration, I'd wait until it's time for him to run up against another very qualified candidate, and I would destroy him. If he were to step down and resign, which is very possible, the cat lady governor in Arizona, Katie Hobbs, she would be the one to replace him, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. According to an AZ native, that does appear to be the case. But this is the timing of this is very interesting. Where did this come from exactly is anybody else's guess. One of the more interesting observations regarding the Eric Swalwell saga is the fact that he was in a room with these whores, these paid whores, because he has to pay women to have sex with them because he's a Democrat and he's pathetic. There was another man on the bed, and there was obviously somebody recording, and he just allowed it. He's fooling around, rolling around in the bed with his whore, and he didn't seem to care. Like this is how DC genuinely operates, is that it's a blackmail operation, it's an extortion, it's a racket. He may not have done anything illegal except for pay for whores to sleep with him, these useless whores. But the blackmail is what matters the most. It's like, dude, you can have all the fun you want, but you're going to do what we say. And if you don't, we're going to have women come forward and accuse you of rape. And if you don't, we're going to ruin your marriage. Your kids will never forgive you for humiliating their mother. It is so unbelievably over for Eric Swalwell. And that is how this goes. Obviously, there's two schools of thought here. He pissed off the wrong people while running for governor for California. Or it was just a very interesting way to take him down at the hands of his opposition, which would be, let's say, the MAGA coalition. And which camp is responsible for the downfall of Eric Swalwell? Who knows? But none of this is a secret. None of this. Ruben Gallego, the Latinx senator from Arizona, he knows what Eric Swalwell was up to. This guy is so sleazy and so unsuccessful with women. His most infamous so-called relationship was with a Chinese communist spy, Fang Fang. I don't even know if that's her name, but that's what everybody calls her. I think that's pretty interesting. And now all of a sudden people are just trying to, pretend to be ignorant on this topic. People who should know better, like Congressman, Nancy Pelosi. All these people are just pretending like, oh, well, news to me. It's not news to any of these people. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Madison Cawthorn, he, the young guy in the wheelchair who ended up getting expelled or kicked out of office because he acted like a jackass. One of the first mistakes he made was talking about these crazy parties where people would be getting really freaky. Yeah, when you're in the club, you're not supposed to talk about what goes on inside the club. That's generally how it works. He obviously didn't get the memo because he's young and stupid and doesn't know how to keep his fucking mouth shut. Eric Swalwell does know how to play the game. Unfortunately, he broke some of the rules, and now this is the result. Multiple women are coming forward claiming serious crimes were committed against him at the hands of the farting ass Eric Swalwell. And now he's done. He's resigning from Congress. What's funny about this, I keep thinking about this quite often, is that that President Trump is going to outlast all of his enemies. I do believe that's going to be the case. And while we are fast approaching the midterm election, and it may very well be too late to turn this sinking ship around, I believe Orange Man is going to pull it out of his ass. And I don't know, man. I just feel like he's in it to win it. I feel like something has changed dramatically. He's going to radically transform Middle Eastern geopolitics with the stunt that he pulled off in Iran. It's going to change everything. And not only that, it's going to cast Obama and Bush in such a horrible light. People are going to ask themselves, what the fuck were we doing in 20 years while we were in the Middle East, killing all these innocent people, getting our soldiers killed in the thousands? What were we doing? Because President Trump got it done in 2 months. Even if it's true that it's unpopular, even if it's true that it's going to, it's leading to economic hardships at the gas pump, etc. If he pulls this off and reverses all the damage done, it's fucking over. But what happens with Israel is anybody's guess, because now they want to declare war against Turkey, and again, I'm fucking over it. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna chimp out though. It is what it is. Fuck Eric Swalwell. He got exactly what he deserved. He's a fucking punk bitch, and I can't stand him. It kind of reminded me though of Andrew Gillum, who wasn't as annoying as Eric Swalwell, but he was caught in a scandal where he was getting his bussy spread. We got to play this song from Tariq Nasheed. I told Tariq, like, dude, you should make a song about Eric Swalwell. Really quick, we got to chat. What's up, Gio? Hope it's a good stream. Yeah, I hope it's a good stream too, buddy. Thank you.
My name is Andrew Gillum. I was running for governor in the state of Florida. I had a wife and kids, but I was in a room. I said I was in a room, and some men gave me some tablets, and the tablets made my bussy spread, and I ended up on the floor. My bussy was swole. Oh, Lord.
Dude, I would love to do that, do like a remix of that, but I don't have that soul jazzy black man voice, so I can't do it the way Tariq Nasheed does. So yeah, this is great. This is hilarious. Let me see. Gio, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, Zombie Bomb. Don't you ever fucking question me. No, I'm kidding. What's up? Hope you are well, Zombie Bomb. Thank you for joining the stream. He went from the Hawaii guy to we told you, let us know if you're gonna. I fucking did. I posted. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I did. I did an announcement on YouTube, and I also made an announcement on Discord. What else do you guys want from me? God damn it! It's not my fault that YouTube doesn't warn people when I am streaming. I did what I had to do. Oh no. Yeah, I did what I had to do. Okay. I did my part. I tried my best. And apparently it wasn't enough. Apparently it's not enough, you guys. I know it's my fault because I've been noticeably absent, but yeah, I'm hoping to change that. Like everyone was checking earlier. Well, I started the stream 34 minutes ago. So that was like at 7:40-ish, maybe. So yeah. I don't know what you want from me. I said I was going to, and I even messaged some people on Discord that I was going to be doing this. So yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else politically? You did stuff and shit. Yeah, I did stuff and shit, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't talk about my personal life. It's not bad. Like, I'm not in trouble or anything. It's actually really quite good, but I don't really want to talk about it on stream. It's not for the internet. So yeah, before we get into, oh my God, where are those links at, bros? Give me a second. Because we're gonna dive into this quartering situation because it's just so fucking interesting, and it's so funny. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Where did it go? Okay. You know what? I don't have anything particularly prepared for the quartering situation for a number of reasons. If I end up showing his stupid face on the stream or playing anything related to him, he's going to strike down my channel. The color puppet has pounded your head off back there. I'm looking at the head. It's right over there. I have very special plans for the puppet. But yeah, back to the quarter pounder. He's striking down multiple channels. Katie did, Alyssa Clips, the Kino Casino guys are gone. According to Andy Worski and a handful of other people that kind of know better, they're not going to be coming back on the platform. They're done with. There's nothing anybody can do to restore them. However, this situation has broken containment, as some people have put it. And Ethan Klein and of HGH3 and maybe Asmongold are going to be doing their best to kind of restore the Kino Casino boys back on the platform. Make a quartering puppet. Someone already did. I could try to make a body, and I probably will make a body that's supposed to be like a fat guy, and maybe that'll be the quartering. But I don't know if I have enough fleece, because he's so unbelievably fat and disgusting. And by the way, the guy who did the puppets for the anti-Eric July propaganda, he made a really great one. I'll probably take some creative liberties from it. But yeah, back to the quartering, demonetizing people, getting away with it, not demonetizing, completely erasing them, deplatforming them, and unpersoning them. But we gotta bring this back a little bit. Because what's interesting about the quarter pounder is that this dude won the lottery. He's one of the luckiest fucking people on the planet. He made a career out of making low effort garbage slop. This talentless, fat, retarded nerd was able to I'm just taking his word for it. He allegedly made millions of dollars churning out low effort slop. He's one of the only people in the world that can speak for about 15 minutes and say absolutely nothing. It really is something truly to behold, kind of like staring at the sun or, some magnificent building like the Chrysler Building or the Twin Towers when they existed. It just is this magnificent thing to behold. So him being able to speak for over 10 minutes and say absolutely nothing is quite a remarkable achievement. And all he had to do was churn out like 4 or 5 of these videos a day and he would have been fine. But he wants to branch out and he wants to pretend to be this coffee guru guy doing the drop ship coffee merchant thing. He wants to unbox Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering cards because I guess he wants to attract a young audience that's into that shit. But unknown to him, consumerism is kind of on the ropes, so people want less of that. He also wants to do news, but there are people who do it way better than people like the quartering. And again, the quartering doesn't have any opinions. This guy doesn't have any genuine beliefs of his own except grift. And the thing is, it's like he's a genuine grifter, and it wasn't until fairly recently a handful of content creators want to do this like cutesy, like, oh, we're all in on the grift, haha, we're grifting, look at me, I'm a grifter. And it's kind of like it's kind of how like Satanists, the demonic satanic pedophiles who are in positions of power, this is how they behave. They tell you the truth, but they do it in a way that's like disarming, so they can continue to get away with tricking and subversing and being subversive. Jeremy from the quartering is subversive. Jeremy from the quartering is a liar. This guy, and I've seen it with my own eyes. He'll make posts where he's like, hey, I'm out in Wisconsin knocking on doors with Scott Pressler and we're trying to get people to vote for Trump. And of course, Trump ended up winning Wisconsin in the 2024 election. And then he'll make other posts where he's like, I'm not a conservative. I'm not MAGA. I'm not pro-Trump. I just voted for him. I'm like a centrist. I'm like this centrist guy. And he does this thing where he's like, I'm not associated with MAGA. But when it's convenient for him, he's like, I'm full-blown MAGA. I'm going to defend Orange Man no matter what. And people see that and it turns them off. That does bother me, but it's like, whatever. The worst thing that he does, in my opinion, is just the fact that he exists and he's able to have a career while having almost zero talent, maybe negative talent. That kind of chaps my ass, but whatever, good for him. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for him to make a large sum of money churning out low effort goy slop. It's not enough for him to be this sexless loser, but then finally gets married. He has to go around and pay these women to hang around him. He now, it's been revealed that he's into the cuck culture, which he doesn't dispute, by the way. If I was friends with Jeremy and he asked me for my advice and I were to ask him, is it true that you're letting other men sleep with your wife while you're aware of it or you're present? And he said, no, absolutely not. Then why don't you just go out and say, like, hey, guys, people are talking about my marriage and saying things that are categorically false. I wasn't really aware that my friend Alex Sellers is, into the cuck life, swinger life stuff. We just drink beer and play video games, and no one has ever slept with my wife except me. And that would probably be true. I have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people. And you know what I don't do? I don't Google people's names and look them up somewhere even after I've known them for a long time. Because I just don't really care. I'm not really convinced a lot of people do that. If that's true, let me know in the chat. But I personally don't. So if Jeremy were to say that, it would be believable. I would at least believe it. I would give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's not denying the cuck allegations. He's not denying that there's all this weird, creepy shit going on in the background. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the guy comes off as a bitter incel. Even though he's married, he comes off as a bitter, resentful cuck. Not even like the cuck that pretends to be, like he pretends to be like in anguish as another man is engaged with bedroom activities with the wife. He seems like he's a cuck against his own will. I feel like he's been cucked his whole life and he's never really been satisfied. And it really shows, it shows in a number of ways. Here's a great example. Brittany Venti, regardless of what anybody thinks about her, she's a conventionally attractive woman. Very busty. She's not fat. Her voice is kind of high-pitched and annoying, but you can forgive that if she's funny, and sometimes she can be. Brittany Venti was allegedly close, like internet friends with Jeremy from the Quartering. Jeremy from the Quartering would make comments about wanting to have babies with Brittany Venti. Jeremy from the Quartering is a very tall, fat, disgusting slob. Brittany Venti is a very thin, proper, half white, half black woman who's very busty and really pleasant to look at. When he was resoundingly rejected by Brittany Venti, and when she dared to question the cuckold Jeremy Hambley, he changed his tune. He went from, I want her to have my babies, to I need to help and protect Brittany Venti from Eliza Blue and all these people trying to censor her, to calling her a whore, to calling her a slut, to calling her all these names. Yeah, dude, that's what happens when a dude doesn't get the chick that he's been pining over. That's what happens when a dude gets rejected by a woman and he can't handle it well. He starts calling her names like a whore. I was in high school and there was this girl that I was seeing, we hooked up. And when I asked her to be my girlfriend, she said no. And I wasn't really sure why. I handled it really well. You know what I didn't do? I didn't call her a whore. I didn't call her a bitch. I was upset, but I accepted it. I told this story a million times before, but it's a really funny, cutesy story. But there was this girl I met at the gym. And we were talking, and it was a good conversation, and I asked her for her number, and she said no. And I was respectful about it. I was like, you know what, that's okay. Like if I'm not trying to force anybody to do anything. And then we talked a little bit more, and then she voluntarily gave me her number. You know what I didn't do? I didn't call her a fucking dumb bitch and a whore and all this other bullshit. But Jeremy from the Quartering did. He does this, and it's a defense mechanism. It's a cope, really. It's like, dude, you can't call out a woman, you can't desire a woman and thirst after her as much as you have, and then call her a whore. That's not how it works. People who actually know how to get with chicks can see through it. And then, dude, it's funny. This reminds me. This guy, I wasn't really friends with him. He was just a friend on Facebook, and he was lusting after this cute girl who worked at McDonald's. She was just a cashier, I think. Anyways, he tried to get with this chick, and she said no. She rejected him. And he went out and he called her like a whore. He called her all these names, saying she's like low value and she's just a fucking cashier at McDonald's. Like, who the fuck is she? It's like, okay, well, you can like say that she's like this lowly peasant who works at a fast food joint, but you lusted after her and she rejected you. What does that say about you, bro? And this guy, again, another fucking incel. I don't even know why I accepted him as a friend. I didn't know him, but he would make posts praising mass shooters like Elliot Rodgers. He would say that Elliot Rodgers was like a hero of his. Again, just embarrassing, cringe shit. Again, I didn't know the guy, but that reminds me of Jeremy from the Quartering. That is who Jeremy from the Quartering is. A total degenerate cuck. And the funny thing, another defense mechanism, another massive cope from guys like Jeremy from the Quartering. I don't know if he's a Nepo baby or if he comes from money. I'm just operating under the assumption that Jeremy from the Quartering legitimately made his money on YouTube the honest way. He made videos, he made content that for whatever reason appealed to people despite how boring and talentless it all was. And he made a lot of money. And despite having and making all of this money, Melanie Mac still doesn't want to fuck him. Hannah Claire does not want to fuck him. Brittany Venti doesn't want to fuck him. Lauren Southern doesn't want to fuck him. And that eats at his soul because in his little incel fucking tiny baby dick brain, he thinks, I have a lot of money and I'm gonna throw it at these fucking women that I'm gonna call whores once they reject me, and I'm gonna throw this money at them, and that's gonna make them have sex with me. That's not how it works, dude. That's not how women work at all. Again, you hear the meme where it's like women's legs open up when she finds out the guy is on probation, has no job, is living in his parents' garage or whatever, and the women like open up their legs to him. It's like, yeah, because that guy he's not an embarrassing train wreck like Jeremy from the Quartering. You can't buy people's attraction. You can't really pay for that thing. At the end of the day, they don't like you, Jeremy, at all. Maybe in the past you could have made the case that people find him charming because he's like a big, wholesome, fat chungus who's harmless. He was just a fat nerd who wanted to play video games and play Magic the Gathering, and they wouldn't let him because he had the wrong opinions. So that was his backstory. He's this perpetual victim, and now he found a little bit of success. And now all of a sudden, if you don't bend to his will, meaning if you continue to make fun of him when he doesn't want you to, he's going to ruin your fucking life. He's going to come after you like he's a mafioso. Dude, this is what weak men do. I've been on the internet for a long time. I've had people come after me, had people show up to my house. I get all the mean comments. I've been called every slur imaginable, and I don't care. I honestly, like, it doesn't bother me at all. I don't, again, like, there's a point to be made where it's like, oh, if someone's like harassing you or attacking you relentlessly, yeah, sure, get away from them. Yeah, block them or ignore them, whatever. Because nobody really wants to deal with that shit, like on the real. But it comes with the territory, and he should know better. Dude, like, you've been on, not only that, like, dude, all the people that he's gone after, Taylor Lorenz, Brie Larson, Hassan Piker, Jarbo, Matt Jarbo, the cuck, another cuck, Jack Murphy, dude, I could go Boogie 298. I can go on, man. Like, you made tons of videos on these people, and the activities that you engaged in online could also be considered, criminal harassment, if that's what you want to call it. But when it happens to him, oh no, Now all of a sudden, we got to put the gloves back on. We got to put the little bandit barriers around him. He needs to be handled with kid gloves. You're not allowed to make fun of him because he's an insecure cuck. And everybody knows it now. And all you did was bring attention to it by trying to censor people's lawful speech. Like, yeah, PPP and Andy Worski, the Kino Casino boys, like those guys are legitimately funny when they're bantering. It's really high energy. The Nick Rekieta saga, like really, they really shine during the Nick Rekieta saga, and their quartering expose was some of the funniest shit I've ever seen on the internet. And it was only made worse, and it was only made interesting because of the way that the quartering reacted to all of this. And it's just, dude, like, you're supposed to be like a veteran of the internet, a veteran of the meme wars, as you put it. You got out there those fat women, Zoe Quinn, Anna Sarkeesian, but whenever it happens to you, you start chimping out, and you start threatening people, threatening to take their livelihoods away. You're a fucking piece of shit, Jeremy, and I hope the worst happens to you, because anybody who makes these platforms unsafe to operate on deserves to get the fucking boot. They deserve to be exiled. But the audience is going to have to be the ones to do it. They're going to have to be the ones to do it. I don't watch him from the quartering. I blocked all his content on all the socials except for Twitter, because I don't want to see low effort slop. I don't want to see his fucking bullshit. He doesn't have any opinions. He doesn't believe in anything. If it was convenient for him, he would throw Trump under the bus. I like to think that I am a man of integrity. I operate relatively honestly on this platform. If there's something I don't want to talk about, I just or don't really want to discuss because it'll compromise me, I just want to talk about it. If like when it comes to like my political beliefs or things about my past, it's hard to talk about, but I'm honest about it, and I hope people like that and appreciate it. It's like, yeah, currently right now I am a registered Democrat. I used to work for the Democratic Party, and I also regret having worked for such an evil organization. I've voted for President Trump 3 times. I've actively supported, donated to his campaign. And I don't regret any of that. I used to be a militant atheist. I was a fucking douchebag soy guy. I literally wanted to be Sam Harris. I wanted to be him so badly. I wanted to be like Richard Dawkins. And then, my life changed. My heart changed. My feelings changed. And I stepped away from atheism and I found God. I don't make it like my personality, though. And I don't really like to talk about it, even though I have before, just because people have asked or people get curious. But, I mean, and now Jeremy from the quartering is doing the baby Jesus grift, just like Eliza Blue. Like, all these people are fucking liars. Like, I fucking hate it. Like I seriously, like it sucks. Like, it really, really does suck. Jill hugs black girl. She's half black. Come on, guys. Let's be honest here. So who knows what's gonna happen now? I don't anticipate the Kino Casino guys are gonna get their channel back. Alyssa Clips is probably gonna get, she's probably gonna get thrown out. She's probably gonna get banned. It wouldn't surprise me. It's unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I'm trying to think if there was anything other. You know what? Hold up. I'm pretty sure there was something that I retweeted that I thought was really, really interesting. Articles.
All will cover the quartering crashing out.
Born in the church.
I'm about to find it, you guys. Hang tight. Yeah, it was a quartering talking about Melanie Mack, and it's just going to illustrate the point that I've been making. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, yeah, so right here's more evidence. So my quartering stream got taken down for harassment and cyberbullying. Rantman, I think Rantman was shouted out by Dick Masterson. Although the timestamp that it shows was me criticizing Melanie Mack's video, no slurs or anything that broke guidelines. Only a warning though, so there's that at least. Dude, even fucking the Yellow Flash, or as I like to call him, the Yellow F slur, now he's turning against the Quarter Pounder for whatever reason. I don't understand what's going on between the Flash and the Quarter Pounder, because both of these guys are Eric July bros. And you know what I thought? You know what I thought was really interesting? When Eric July started chimping out at people making fun of his shitty comic book, his shitty low effort comic book I Suck Off Men. He struck down 2 of my live streams that made fun of him. And he went after his critics the exact same way that the Quarter Pounder went after people. And Ethan Klein said it the best. It's like, dude, why the fuck do these people have that kind of pool? Well, they can get on the phone with somebody who works over at Google and start shutting down people's streams, shutting down people's channels. Yeah, fuck Eric July, fuck the Quartering, fuck the Flash. These people are cunts. Let me see. Where is the oh no. Oh yeah, dude, by the way, this is a young Jeremy Hambley. See, this is what happens when you spend all your money on Funko Pops. You turn into this guy. Dude, I don't want to say he's got a lazy eye, but one of them is collecting unemployment. Oh no. Oh, hold on, dude. I gotta find this. Let's see. The Quartering. I am so committed to finding this. The Quartering media. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I think this is it.
If you're in the chat worried about where Melanie Mack is, stop being such a fucking loser, you know? You guys know she's married and she's on her honeymoon. So if you're trying to like get a response by being a degenerate piece of shit, like know that she's my friend.
Dude, isn't it rich being called a degenerate piece of shit when you look up Forced Cream Pies, which is a grape fantasy subreddit, and you look up all kinds of other degenerate cuck porn that was found. Also, you live streamed it on your show, by the way. So, yeah, who's a degenerate now? You disgusting sex pest.
And it's not going to work. I suppose it worked by getting me to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super pumped that we got that good pull on Pokemon because the Pokemon openings have been brutal. There's also this like weird like Jeremy's friends with a girl, so he's definitely trying to sleep with her thing.
Yes, you are. I believe that he is 100%.
That has being perpetrated by only people who have never been allowed around girls.
Dog, you shouldn't be allowed around girls. And again, this is called confession through projection. But let's continue.
And I don't know what to tell you. You know, I'm friends with a lot of girls, and you're allowed to watch football with them and be married and not be trying to sleep with them. You guys?
Yeah, but we know that you tried, Jeremy. We know that you tried, bro. Like, why are you lying? This on the streets we call this front. Dude, Jeremy is front, okay?
Hell no, I'm a boob guy anyway. It's like a totally weird.
Oh, here, let's rewind that really quick. Listen to this really closely.
And not be trying to sleep with them. You guys all know I'm a boob guy anyway. It's like a totally weird fan fiction. I like my boobs, 2 scoops full. All right? So I love Melanie, but as a friend, it's easy to do. She's great. She's a ride or die type of person. Do I think to get back with the content. Well, the last.
Yeah, see, this is another massive cope. So what he's essentially saying is, no, guys, you don't understand. I'm not trying to bang my co-host that I pay a lot of money to show up on the stream next to my fat ass. I'm not trying to bang her, bros. You guys are just degenerates. And you know what? The main reason I'm not trying to bang her is because I like women with large breasts. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with Melanie Mack's appearance. I think she looks fine. I don't really like to comment on women's appearance, and I'm not really going to do that now, but there's nothing wrong with her categorically. So it's just such a weird thing to say. It's like, dude, can you just be like, yeah, I'm not really interested in her like that because we're just friends and she's married and I'm respecting everybody. Like, you guys should just like knock it off. But no, he had to go into this like, yeah, I wouldn't have sex with her anyways because her tits are really, really small. And you know me, like I like big giant tits or whatever. Yeah, dude, Jeremy, like you're fucking creepy, bro. Yeah, if I was Melanie Mac's husband, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want you on that show with him. Like, he's a disgusting creep and an F slur and all this other shit. No. If I was Hannah Claire's husband, I'd be like, yeah, you're not gonna be around Jeremy no more. Like, this guy gives me fucking douche chills. He's a fat creep, and I don't like this. So we're not doing this anymore. Yeah, this is a cup, and even then, let's pretend that Melanie Mack was somehow attracted to Jeremy from the Quartering, and she romantically pursued him in the background. There's no fucking way on earth that Jeremy from the Quartering would reject sexual advances from Melanie Mack. If that were to happen, Elvis is coming back like any minute now. Jesus would return to redeem us and all that. The UFOs would be landing, if you know what I mean. That's how unlikely it fucking is. Jeremy from the Quartering is a fat liar. My goodness. The fact that people just fucking consume this goy slop, it baffles me how somebody with no talent can accrue so many fans and whatnot. But I did see let me see if I can bookmarked it. Oh, I did. No, I don't have it. God damn it. Yeah, but there was hold up. I know I posted about it. Give me 1 second, fellas. I'm gonna find the post. Maybe it was a reply. Now more than ever, I'm committed to finding this. Here it is. All right. So I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's true. It hasn't been disputed yet. Bruh, the Quartering's wife is letting the cat out of the bag. He's a cuck. He likes anal. He gets pegged. Heather tweets. This is a public tweet, so I'm not doxing or anything like that. Because you're into the anal and the pegging like Jeremy. Yeah, guys, it's so unbelievably over. Yeah, fuck Jeremy from the Quartering. Fuck Eric July. Fuck the Flash. Fuck all these flaggers. All these twats. We got to move on with the show. I think I talked about Sinners last week. What's this about?
Was a slap in the face. So this movie, Sinners, was a slap in the face to every white American. That was one of the most racist movies. That movie, Sinners, is more racist than Roots. Now, mind you, not everybody will see it that way. But black people are racist. You think the issue would have been settled, but that movie, Sinners, have put racism, accusing these white people of having the devil in them. Wouldn't let the white people into the dance hall, accusing these white people of having the devil in them, biting people on the neck like vampires. And the other thing, it has had a whole lot of other very vulgar stuff in it, that movie did. And Hollywood, I'm sure there are people in Hollywood who recognize the overt racism in that movie. I'm sure they did. And they probably realized if we don't recognize Sinners because it's produced by black people, all the cast, 90% of the cast was black, 99% of the cast was black. The only, there was one white person, and then the Ku Klux Klan people that came, the 50 men that, that smoke shot down, they were only there for like 2 seconds. One man took down all these white people. He killed them all with one fell swoop. I see, Dick Gregory's book, Nigger, could not
Oh, no,
compare
disavow.
to what this movie centered on. Which means that we are in a lot of trouble here in America. Because if that's what's being awarded at the Academy Awards, if that's what's being funded, who are these white people?
Yeah, dude. The greatest crime committed by sinners is just the fact that it was fucking boring, soulless goy slop. I didn't like it. It was stupid, and the fact that it got the praise that it did is kind of beyond me. Zombie Bomb, LOL. I didn't see that one. Oh, dude, there's so much shit on Jeremy, and I can't really go into a lot of it or show a lot of it because Jeremy would strike down the channel the way that Air July struck down my channel, and I don't really want the smoke. But you know, this is happening, guys. This is real shit. You know, like he's ruining people's internet careers with his fucking crybaby hissy fit. You know, I thought about it for a second. If I had to choose, if I was forced, who would I rather be? Akash Singh or Jeremy from the Quartering? And I honestly don't know. I don't know. So on one hand, Jeremy from the Quartering is tall and he's white and he's got a lot of money, so that's good. He doesn't have any kids, so that sucks. I don't know. He's probably not capable of having kids because he's so overweight and unhealthy. And like he might be cooler to hang out with, maybe. I don't know. Like you can get away with saying edgier shit around Jeremy, but he's a cuck. But Akash Singh, you know, like he's like an Indian and he was like a virgin at the age of like 34, 33. Like I lost my virginity when I was a teenager. So, being a virgin at 32 sounds like fucking hell to me. So I don't know. And like, while he got cucked, he did get cucked. I don't know which one is worse. I don't know who I'd rather be. Joe, he disavows everything black people say. No comment. I didn't catch Sinners. You're not missing anything. Eddington wasn't bad though. I don't know what Eddington is. Or are you talking about like Peddington the bear, or Paddington? Jeremy is a millionaire. Yeah, they're both rich. I just don't know who I'd rather be. Jeremy's like fat and disgusting, but you could always lose the weight. And young Jeremy was like a normal, handsome Americana type from Wisconsin, so that's good. But I don't know where he went wrong. Like he went from like, oh, I'm just a helpless nerd getting bullied by leftists and feminists and shit, and now he's like literally the feminist. You know, like he's a cuck. He's flagging people's channels. Like he's just evil, dude. Ari Aster's new movie from 2025, Eddington. I'd have to look it up. I'm not familiar with it, Bratskag. I haven't really been watching any new movies lately. The new Godzilla teaser dropped. -0. Shit looks fucking badass. Can't wait, dude. Gojira rolls up on the Statue of Liberty and butt fucks it. It's pretty epic. So I can't wait for that. There's not really any good video games. And by the way, I feel like a lot of people are kind of like in agreement with me because like, dude, there's like no good video games. Everyone's boycotting the video game industry, and we're all just playing the video games from our library, all these old games that are like just light years better. Ari Aster made Midsummer and Hereditary. Okay, yeah, I saw Midsummer and I saw Hereditary. I liked Hereditary. Some of the best acting in a horror movie that I've ever seen was in Hereditary. Very, very good. Midsummer movie, at best, mid. I was not impressed. I didn't think it was that interesting. The scenes dragged on too long. It was just kind of dumb. And then it had like those cringy sex scenes. Yeah, I'm not digging Midsummer. But again, I'm not really familiar with Eddington, so we'll see. All right, well, we got to continue. Yeah, fuck Sinners. The movie sucks. Oh, Eric July drama. Ooh. Yeah, so Eric July writes, I'll try to talk like he does. Yo, we appreciate the passion from the fans who says things like, you should have Western artists doing your art. I wanted to share a recent situation that shows exactly why great partnerships are always welcome here, but you cannot force people to work with you. Okay, well, let's see what he says.
What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well today, and my apologies. My voice will be bouncing around. I have not quite padded up the studio yet, but I want to talk about something that I've discussed in the past, because a lot of people will ask and throw out there, why aren't you working with this top artist, that top artist? You've made millions of dollars. You should be paying these people to do X, Y, and Z, and it's not that simple, unfortunately, and I want people to really and truly understand that. It's a lot of politics at play in the industry, and not strictly just left and right. I have an example here. I want to read a portion of an email here. There was an artist that was lined up to work with us on some sequential art, interior art here, and this is what the representation had said. After further consideration, the artist has decided that he prefers not to associate his name with your publishing house at this time. This is not the first time we have encountered such a situation, and I wanted to be transparent with you. And that's reminiscent of, if you remember, like a year and some change ago, we had a bunch of artists that were under some representation that were going to be lined up for some projects, and that, well, just a swoop, they all dropped out. That's what we have to deal with. And obviously, guys, I can't make people work for us. I can't make people work with us. So it's not that we aren't willing to work with other people. That has nothing to do with it. It's that people value like how their peers see them. People value, especially maybe being remaining in kind of good favor with maybe some of the other bigger publishers, because they may think working with us will have some sort of conflict with that. And so they rather not jeopardize that, and they just decline to work with us. And that's why I work with the people and rock with the folks that rock with us. I'll continue to give these awesome artists and creators that we have working with us work. They're reliable, they're dependable, they're professional, and they've been rocking with us. So that's just kind of the nature of the game. And it's been this way since we got off the ground. We got a lot of fun stuff that we're going to be announcing. And yeah, we're moving on up. But the reality is, guys, I cannot force people to work with us. That's just not how any of this stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's more like they don't want to work with you. Part of it is politics, because Eric July pretends to be MAGA when he's not. When it's convenient, kind of like exactly like Jeremy from the Quartering. When it's convenient for him, he's like, "Oh hell yeah, Trump daddy." But when it's also convenient for him, be like, "Yo, fuck MAGA, fuck the dissident right. I'm a libertarian, yeah, hibbity jibbity. Fuck you, Eric July. You're a fucking sack of shit." And you try to reverse course, by the way, by hiring the satanic, demonic, vomit incest twin sisters, the Saska whores. He brings them on to work for him. He's like, "Oh, look at hibbity jibbity, the keepers of the lore. They're whamming." And yeah, I'm gonna even have them acting in the promo for my shitty ISOM comic book, my low effort comic book that I made. And yeah, dude, these women are leftists. They're like photographing children from what they call like the grape bus and shit. Just utterly disgusting shit. So he tried to play to the demonic side of Hollywood. It didn't work, because everyone knows you're a fucking fraud, Eric July. You fat sack of shit. Just like Jeremy from the Quarter. Maybe you shouldn't have mouthed off at the very beginning, saying you'd moonwalk on the dead-ass careers of these pissy, broke, talentless comic book professionals, and how after you're successful, you rub the shit in their face. Your words. Elliot Rodriguez. Yeah, base. Yeah, unlike Eric July, as someone who's blacklisted, I'm not out there trashing individual people. I'm not out there trashing any specific company. Yeah, but you did. You were very explicit in directing your attacks against established professionals in the mainstream, and they don't want to work with you, bro. You could try to dress it up however you'd like, but you got a bad fucking attitude. My only crime was just voting for Trump, and I don't regret it. What is a vomit incest? Okay, Zombie Bomb. I'm going to try to explain it in a PG way. The Saska twin whores were literally in smut movies. They did, like, I think it was pornography masquerading as like a horror film. And there was like incest and stuff in it, and it was really satanic and demonic. And they posted on Instagram or Twitter driving around in a van, and they were taking pictures of like these little kids from what they called the grape van. I'm not even kidding. Eric July hired these people. And remember, Eric July is supposed to be like a wholesome Christian. He's a libertarian, but he's like also like virtuous and Christian and shit. And he's all about passing out white pills and stuff. Like, no, fuck Eric July. He's a fucking cunt. He's fucking fake. Everything about him is fake. And the sooner him and all his boys like Eric July, or not Eric July, Jeremy from the Quartering and shit go down, and the Yellow Flash go down, the better. Let's see. Really quick. Speaking of soulless, talentless grifters, Elijah Schaefer, the fake trad dad. This is his custody dispute. It includes the following allegation: he molested a 16-year-old boy as a pastor. He is on 4 different antipsychotic medications, and he has threatened to kill his ex-wife and children. Let's read this document here. And one of the concerns you have is they're quoting him admitting that he abused a child when he was a youth pastor, right? Before he became an internet celebrity, I guess. A responds, yes. A boy child, yes. Question, a little. A responds, a 16-year-old boy, yes, sir. When he was at blank, I think they censored this. And so these are part of your blank globally, your concerns about him. And this video, these things show some of the extreme views and some of the concerns, why you have concerns. I'm just reading it as it's spelled out here. I don't know why. Hold on. Show some of the extreme views and some of the concerns, why you have concerns about your children being alone with them, right? And then she replies, yes. So yeah, all these people are degenerate PDF document. This is another Groyper general guy, Elijah Schaefer. He's in league with Nicholas J. Fuentes. Yeah, I don't know why there's so many pedophiles in the orbit of the Groyper generals. It's just kind of weird, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old to understand. Let's see. The Hollywood, the Las Vegas Review Journal. What is this? Oh no, I don't want to get into this. We're not talking about this. I had some funny jokes about this. But let's get into some more philosophical stuff. Atheists reflect: are they losing? Let me read this from my phone really quick. Let me get this out really quick. Give me a second. Who the fuck is texting me? Oh, hold up. Okay, that's not important. It's not important. I am doing my show. It'll have to wait. Okay. I'm a millennial who deconverted in large part because of the new atheist movement online back in the 2000s. Growing up in a very religious environment in India, discovering the debates of Dan Barker, the videos of Matt Dillahunty. Oh yeah, by the way, Matt Dillahunty is a legit cuckold. A legit cuck. Ugh. And the writings of Richard Dawkins and James Randi. James Randi was my mentor. God bless him. May he rest in peace. Was life-changing. It was a vibrant, intellectual, invisible movement that gave people like me the tools to question everything. Today, that energy seems completely gone. The online discourse seems to be dominated by a resurgence of religious conservatism, and they're winning the attention of Gen Z. The atheist skeptic community feels fractured and quiet in comparison. To make matters worse, some of the original leaders of that movement, like Dawkins, Shermer, and Peter Boghossian, now seem to spend more time making strange alliances with the political right than challenging religious dogma. It leaves me wondering, am I wrong about this? Where did the online energy go? What are we building for the next generation? Is there still an active, visible outreach effort happening on campuses or online that I'm just not seeing? Or has the fight for secularism been lost in the culture wars? Has organized atheism effectively died out as a cultural force? Would love to hear what y'all think. Yeah, that's dude, that's actually really interesting and compelling. And here's another post from another very a different user but very similar. The religious fanatics made concerted efforts to make the new atheists, I hate the term, as unappealing as possible by focusing on their worst traits. In some ways, that even made them pariahs to other atheists. The Christian right fanatics have embraced social media to push an agenda that is virtually monolithic. Atheists don't have such a zealous agenda. That's actually false. I would know. I was the new atheist. It makes it very difficult to show up in an algorithm-controlled world, especially one where the algorithm is increasingly controlled by billionaires on the far right. That's actually false. Most of those billionaires are not even close to the right. Again, these people just don't understand anything about the real world. They're fucking idiots. We're not losing necessarily. The world is becoming more secular. Christians are on the offensive because they can play the victim card. Yeah, Christians dehumanizing atheists as this big enemy helped a lot too. Yeah, we were the enemy. We were the enemy of progress. We were the enemies of reasons. We were the enemies of successful, civilized Western countries. I thought about this comment. Hey, bro, I got my garden in on Sunday. Life is good. Yeah, dude, show me pictures. Send me pictures. New atheism died because our arguments were asked. It's just that the people forgot these arguments have been answered hundreds of years ago. Troll Molex, that's interesting. Why did new atheism die? That's a good question. The new atheists, they they won the culture war, or at least the first iteration of the culture war in the mid to early 2000s. New Atheism, their social media creators that surrounded the New Atheist ecosystem, they were really funny, they were witty, they were open to discussion, they were open to debate, and the champions of New Atheism were not embarrassing retards. So there was Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, Daniel Dennett, Peter Boghossian, Dan Barker, James Randi, who's my mentor, may he rest in peace. And like I think demographics is what ruined New Atheism. I don't even necessarily think it was the arguments, as you put, Troll Max. Is that the interesting thing is, it's like the atheism or the atheists, they did have some legitimate concerns. They have legitimate grievances, and the early iteration of the New Atheists, their main antagonist was primarily political Islam. In 2016, we saw horrific terrorist attacks at the hands of Islamic terrorists in California and in Texas. These people were not just Islamic radicals, but they were also far leftists, some of whom were subscribed to the Young Turks. And they were riled up by far leftist rhetoric that is very similar to the Young Turks. Sam Harris called this out, and it was pretty obvious. President Barack Hussein Obama, he was at the funeral of one of the officers that were killed by these Islamic terrorist douchebags. And same with Hillary Clinton. You know, they instead of rebuking and calling out the issues at hand that are making the West dangerous, like open borders, tolerance of intolerant regimes, Obama said we got to apologize and essentially appease these terrorists. The Pulse nightclub shooting in Florida, these people died, and Hillary Clinton's like, the problem isn't radical Islam, the problem is racism. And the New Atheist movement decided to go in the direction of Hillary Clinton. And the New Atheist movement, it used to just be a bunch of white dudes talking about philosophy and you know, trying to, you know, answer tough questions about the origin of humanity and origin of the earth and all this other shit. And it radically changed into something retarded and stupid and unrecognizable. So the arguments don't even matter anymore. All the work that these guys did don't matter anymore. So yeah, it's pretty interesting how that played out. That's what I think killed it. I think diversity killed New Atheism. I think their inability to engage in good faith conversations, not even debate, just conversations. That's ultimately what killed it. But as a political force, as a cultural force, I think they were winning at one point. I used to live near Pulse. LOL. Oh yeah, were you active on the scene? Did you see anything? Did you hear anything, Brad? I'd like to know. Yeah, that was an interesting time, dude. Like, it was crazy because like it was like one of the most deadliest mass shootings in the country, and the only person that spoke honestly about it on a national stage was President Trump. And it's no wonder this guy won the election. Doesn't surprise me at all. I bet a lot of money. I bet over $2,000 that he would win the election, and I made a really fat return because he had like 2% chance of winning that election. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna bet that the Republicans will win the midterm election. I just have this feeling. I don't. All the doom and gloom that I see online, I just don't see that as reality. But yeah, New Atheism, -1. What else have we got here? Oh no. Oh, Consume Sins? Oh, dude. Oh, Lord. No, I lived there like 6 months after the shooting. Oh, okay. So you missed all the action. All right. Well, guys, we got to talk about Consume Sins. Hold up. So Coachella just happened over the weekend.
This is your reminder to not wait until the last week of Coachella to get an Airbnb. What do we got here? We got a trailer, 4 nights. What do we think? Couple hundo, $12K. $12K to stay at the Imagine. Now, fucking imagine paying that much for a trailer. Is Hank Hill gonna be filling up my propane? Holy. Hey, everybody relax. We got a pool. We can take a dip for $219K. Bitch, that's a fucking Lamborghini! That's more than Bieber's getting paid! Bargain alert, 4 nights, campsite, $360, tent not included. You mean grass? You mean I could be homeless for $360? I could lose money to be homeless? I just know this one's gonna piss me off. Yup, there it is, $230K. You could buy the city of Coachella, all of Indio, for that price. See, I think I'm going back to the tent option, because listen, tent's not included, but these guys are. Fellas, I'll see you at the Dulab. This is your reminder.
Dude, I don't understand the appeal of like Coachella or some of these like big ass festivals. I just don't find them appealing. There's like literally tens of thousands of people packed in front of a stage like sardines. If you, God forbid, you have to take a shit, you go to where the porta potties are at. You're standing in line for an hour, 30 minutes if you're lucky. And then when you go into the porta potty, it stinks like booze, cigarettes, semen, and God forbid you have to take a fat shit. You go to plop your fucking butt cheeks on that plastic toilet lid, that porta potty lid, and there's puke all over the fucking the toilet seat. So now you got some fucking whore's puke all over your butt cheeks. Ugh, who wants to do that? Seriously, who finds this appealing? And it's like, oh look, Justin Bieber. Yeah, dude, Justin Bieber was cool when I was in fucking high school. Brother, ooh, what's that, brother? Ooh, Justin Bieber. Ooh, dude, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau are there. Like, do you really want to be seen at Coachella when two of the lamest people on the fucking planet are like, acting like teenagers? People who are like demonic and evil. Yeah, no thanks. I don't know. Maybe like if I went for free, I'm sure it'd be cool. But even then, it's like, no. Like, EDC is like really big out here in Vegas, and I have the opportunity to go for free, and I usually don't. I would just rather like during EDC week, I would rather just like go to the club and like hang out with the homies where it's more intimate, it's more personal, and you're not like packed like sardines and shit. You can actually like, dance with chicks and shit. Like, you can't really like do anything at these festivals because they're too big. There's just so many fucking people. Ugh. Yeah, dude. I had so this is what Trevor Wallace. Yeah, so Trevor Wallace, he's a comedian, and he posted this video. Dude, I had no idea people were paying this amount of money to stay at any. Dude, I would just walk to Coachella. Like, fuck that. It sounds so miserable. Camping, finding, Buckaroo, bonsais, rides, camping, finding places to park RVs, and even truck stops with huge parking lots are all starting to cost money now because of how many people are choosing to live in their cars. Yeah, dude, even like tiny house living is like unaffordable, bros. Like, you just can't do it. Tiny house living is now unattainable, I think. Yeah, dude, people are living in like their trucks. They're buying Sprinter vans and they're decking them out. They can look cool. Like, I don't know. I went on that. I had that phase where I just like consumed all the tiny house content, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I can do this, but I'm good, bros. I'm good. Hashtag no fucking thank you. I never had any fun at a concert. I love concerts. I just don't like festivals. I don't even necessarily like I don't have an issue with the artists. It's just like the general function of a festival just is not appealing to me at all. What's up, Killer Chris G? Saw you chat earlier. What's up? Welcome. I used to go to Warped Tour and Mayhem Festival every year, laughing my ass off. Well, Brad Skag, I feel like Warped Tour is not as big as Coachella and EDC and some of these other really big ass venues. Like, there was a Warped Tour at the Hard Rock Casino out here in Las Vegas. Now, the Hard Rock Casino is not even close to the biggest casino in the valley. It's right off of Paradise and Harmon, so it's about like 4 or 5 minutes away from the Las Vegas Strip. And I like the location. It's right by UNLV, my old college, and we used to go there every Friday night to fucking party and rage. Well, they had the Warped Tour there. And it was so fun because you had like a stage by the pool. You had a stage like inside the casino. You had a stage. They had like multiple stages, and you just like walk around. And it was kind of like a festival, but it wasn't. Like, I could do that. That's fine. Yeah, Warped Tour's not that bad. Wrestling shows are fun. Concerts are too sweaty. I don't know. Well, I like sweating. Or no, it's not. That's not true. I don't mind it because I'm enjoying the concert. Like, if I'm going to see, like some cool band like Fall Out Boy or something, I'm all about it. I guess I expect to chill at a concert, but I can't, and I expect to jump around at a wrestling event, but then I meet wrestlers instead. I don't know what wrestling events you're going to, but okay. I'll tell you guys, I've researched it. If you want a house on an acre or two, the best states are West Virginia, Maine, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Dakotas, New Mexico, There are probably others. New Mexico sucks, dude. You want to go to New Mexico? Ugh. Dakotas maybe, Iowa for sure, Pennsylvania, Maine maybe. Even though like Maine is like a libtard shithole, they don't have a lot of BIPOCs in their population, so it's like relatively clean and functional. West Virginia, I don't know how I feel about West Virginia. I hear there's a lot of skinwalker activity. There's a lot of Wendigos and shit roaming around West Virginia, so it might not be safe. I'm living in a house that I got for less than $50K. Oh, Buckaroo Buns, good for you. Geo, remind us why you are breathing again, because fuck you. That's why. Geo dropping too many clippable moments here. Oh, no. Sneaking weed into concerts is fun. Brother. Ooh, what's that, brother? No, dude, quit consuming the goy nip. That's what they call it now. That's all the groiper cunts are calling weed. They're calling it goy nip. Yeah, stop doing weed. That's what dude, I bet if like Andrew Tate and like Nick Fuentes were like, oh, dude, weed is for, the goyim. It's for the peasants. I bet people would like strive to stop smoking weed. But he's too much of a coward because he knows most of his audience does drugs, so whatever. Dakotas are harder to find acreage, and the weather is very unpredictable. Most Magic Americans will have to try and get here. Yeah, that sounds really pleasant. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Dakotas. Could be cool. I don't know. All right, we got to move on to the next consume sin. Oh, no. Babe, what's wrong? You barely touched your Terminator 2 Judgment Day Silver promotional peanut butter. Skippy made Terminator 2 Judgment Day Silver peanut butter. I don't really like peanut butter. But if I did, I sure as hell would not be consuming this fucking goy slop. This is unbelievably disgusting. This looks like Aeroshell. This looks like something I would put on springs inside of my firearm so they function better. They don't succumb to rust or rusting. Can you still buy this? Hold up. I gotta look this up. Really quick. Oh, ooh, brother. Ooh, what's that, brother? Ooh. Let's see. Terminator 2 Judgment Day peanut butter. The Terminator 2 Judgment Day Silver Skippy peanut butter is a fictional viral creation by the Junk Food Playground rather than a real product. It appeared in early 2026 as a creative social media. Oh, so it's not even real. Dude, America is so disgusting and unhealthy. We legitimately believed for a moment that Skippy Terminator 2 Judgment Day Silver peanut butter was real. Disavow. How would collections work in communism? Who determines what's private and what's personal property determined? Well, we have a communist in the chat. Can you please elucidate us in how the distribution of Funko Pops would transpire under communism? So this user, Generic Cuck, I have a Funko Pop collection that I really like, and I'm really worried I'll lose it in communism because it might be seen as rent-seeking. I'll pinky promise I would eventually sell it for profit. They're solely for my admiration. Dude, imagine if like we were on the brink of communism here in America. I mean, we kind of are, but let's just pretend it's going to be like the really like bad kind of communism. And then like it ends up getting canceled because all the fucking all the bugmen, all the soy boys are like, wait a minute, I might lose my heckin' Funko Popperinos. I might lose my Legorinos in communism. No thanks. I'll stick to capitalism. Just continue, living in a basement or whatever. But this is apparently like a legitimate concern among the bugmen, among the cuckolds who like to consume product. This is a grave sin. We may never get real communism tried because there's so many Redditors that are so fearful of losing all their plastic junk that's giving them cancer. Let me see. What are the comments reading here? The green ketchup is real. Yeah, I remember the green ketchup in the early 2000s when I was a kid, when I was a babby. When I was a kid, I spray painted my room and all the furniture silver. I had chrome boogers all month. Okay, so that's why Zombie Bomb is retarded and infertile. Shiny snot. Let's see. In the Dakotas, the homes are either in the town or in the suburban lot, or they are far, far, far in the middle of nowhere on 100 acres or so. There is very little in between. All right, so guys, we're going to read some of the comments here. There seems to be a mistake. I planned on being a Nero-queer video game streamer for the cause. Dig the fucking hole, base. Oh, this is oh wow, it's pretty compelling. Excuse me, comrade, when do we get the free healthcare? Communist in Theory, Funko Pop collection. Oh no. Ha, very funny. Go to the gulag. Yeah, dude, I feel like I would be smart enough to become like a commissar in the American communist system, and I would just go around oppressing other people I find to be cucks and soymen. Just put like I'll get the quarter pounder, just put a saddle on his fat ass and just ride him around until he loses all the weight. Put him to work. I keep calling this kid at work a bug man. I made him look up the definition, and he thought I like wrote a description of him and planted it there. I don't know what that means, but okay. Foodless. All right, what are the consume sins that we have here? Let's keep it moving. Oh no! Welp, it's gone. Your partner starts an OnlyFans. How do you react? Okay, well we're done. We're done with the consume sinning. We gotta get into the 304 stuff and then I gotta get out of here. I can't be streaming for that long because I gotta take a break because I gotta be up early kind of tomorrow. The Bugman world is small. Did you all see the quarter pounder scandals? Tromax, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. You totally missed it. I was on fucking fire. I fucking lit a flame under his fat ass. Yes, I am. We even learned some new things about the quarter pounder, like the fact that his wife allegedly in a video game openly confessed that Jeremy Hambley of the quartering fame likes to get pegged in the bum bum. You aren't the only person I troll and make AI videos of. I don't care. Again, I don't know. We gotta continue. Let's see. Reddit lies. Girlfriend has an OnlyFans. Cares about Legos. Ugh. Your partner starts an OnlyFans. How do you react? Super excited. Now we've got Lego Death Star money coming in. Ha 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 ha. True dat. Crying, laughing face emoji. Yeah, dude, just imagine being such a bug man. You don't care that your wife is getting, or your girlfriend is getting fucking plowed and getting her guts rearranged. But it's okay if you're a bug man because you get to buy Lego Death Star. Yeah, how much is the Lego Death Star? Hold on, I'm going to look this up right now. Lego Death Star. Holy shit. The Lego Death Star on Lego.com costs $1,000. Brother, ooh. Oh no. Oh no. All right, well, the show must go on. Boyfriend suddenly heavily religious. I seriously need some help here. My boyfriend recently became very suddenly religious. He's 22, and to me, it seems like some sort of mental health crisis because I've witnessed it happen in my own family with my own eyes. He reads the Bible in his free time, watches movies based on Jesus, prays all the time now. He has stopped swearing. He is quitting vaping, and he says he was made to love everybody no matter what. I told him I'm concerned, and he's mad at me and said, you just want to send me away to a mental hospital. We have 2 kids together, and I don't feel safe being around him or having the kids around him in case he has some sort of psychotic break. My aunt went through this and literally left my cousin at a random farm an hour away from home when he was like 4 months old. What do I do here? He told me I can bring him to the hospital to be evaluated, but if they say he's fine, then apparently we need to have a long talk because I don't think I want to be with somebody who thinks it's wrong to be religious and to be a better person. He literally isn't the same person I met anymore. Oh, dude, this guy sounds totally base and red-pilled. I would have questions, though. Like, what do you think compelled him to change? Is there a life event that you can think of in recent memory that would compel him to change? Because for me, it was when I was dying. I was living in sin. One of my long-term girlfriends, she ended up abandoning me as I was dying. She left me, and I was on the brink of death. I nearly was literally at death's door from a very serious illness. And slowly but surely, as I was going through this ordeal, I believe I found God. I found, faith, not just in God himself, but faith in myself, faith in the process, faith in my own future. I believe that I could change things for good. and I ended up falling in love again very quickly, and she was a wonderful woman. She was great. So, but he's got a kid. He's not married. He's got 2 kids. He's not married. He found God. Now the girlfriend is chimping out. I just have more questions, but I lean more towards based. Let me see. I never had any Legos. I had Barbies. Scarlet Chars was my favorite. I don't know what Scarlet Chars is. I know what Barbies are. You never had Legos? Well, you're missing out. Legos are a lot of fun. Order that right now. I will never, ever buy another fucking Lego set ever again in my life. Gio, I'm sorry you date shitty bitches. Don't be sorry. It's my fault. And I learned a lot from my mistakes. And again, like, part of growing up and becoming a man is realizing that she did me a favor by leaving. I know that sounds like a cope, but I wasn't growing as a person. I was childish. I was selfish. And, I strayed. Granted, she did too. We hurt each other. And she had to leave, even if I didn't want her to. She had to leave. So yeah, it ended up working out better because I've met somebody better. I found love again. I found happiness again. And I found God, more importantly. Like, look, if this is what it took to save my soul, then it was 100% worth it. Because, like, I was a bug man. I was a soy boy. I was not a good person. I was selfish. I was cruel. I was petty. I was mean. I was a bully. Like, it's a fucking miracle that I had friends and I was, as popular as I was. I placed a lot of emphasis on things that didn't matter. And now, I'm hyper focused on my small business. I'm creating art again. I reconnected with friends. I made, I apologize to people that I wronged. There's a couple more that I have that are top of mind, and it's fine. New ones, go to the doctor and tell them about Scarlet. Okay, it's not a cope if you admit you were weak before. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I just, again, like, I don't want to be like Jaren from the Quartering. I don't want to be like any of these fucking grifter douchebags. I want to be real with you guys. Like, we do real life here at the Watchfrogs. We're always watching, and I myself am being watched too. And again, like, I just don't believe, like, you can't, if you're going to be a public person, like, you're not going to get away with lying on the internet. You can lie on the internet, but you can't lie to the internet. So if I put up a front, like, everyone's going to know. And, like again, Jerry from the Quartering, like, he copes by saying, like, oh, I'm so rich, I got all this money. It's like, okay, that's cool, dude, but, like, nobody, like, chicks don't want to fuck you. Like, even your wife fucks other men. She's getting her guts rearranged by the Sky Bull, by the Jewish Bull, by the Pizza Bull, while you're playing with Funko Pops and opening up packs of Pokemon cards. Like, that's Jeremy's life. Like, yeah, no, thank you. Keep the money. I'd rather have my dignity. I'd rather be able to sleep at night. We got to move on. Let's get through these quickly. Oh yeah, this is. Oh man. Oh dude, this is all. Oh fuck, this one's rough. Serious question. Is this a deal breaker? This is an excellent question from Bad Boy Billy Pratt. Found out my ex-girlfriend was dickmatized by her ex and has never felt that way about me. Am I wrong for no longer wanting to propose to her and marry her? I, 26-year-old male, have been dating my girlfriend, who's a 26-year-old female, for 4 years. We met each other's families, and she really wants to marry me. And I've gone ring shopping. I also have a close friend, 25 female, who's like a sister to me. I've known her since kindergarten, and we're always super honest with each other. This friend has also been close friends with my girlfriend for years. Last week, I spoke to my friend and asked her to be honest with me about any red flags for my girlfriend before I choose to marry her and spend the rest of my life with her. Look, I'm proud of the boy for asking these questions, but brother, you got to figure this shit out like the first 2 weeks that you're dating somebody. Fuck, man. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of women that I've hooked up with that I used to quote unquote be interested in. And like the first, like, we're hanging out at the bar, we're hanging out at the party or whatever. We're in the backyard, smoking a cigarette, drinking a, beer, wine or whatever. And like, dude, I get the red flags. I pick up on them really quick. The fact that you're on the brink of marrying her and now you're asking about red flags, brother, that is a problem. So before I choose to marry her and spend the rest of my life with her, my friend seemed a bit nervous and I asked her to be honest. So my friend told me one red flag is my girlfriend might want to be with me for my marriage potential. and my nice job and house, and that's why she wants to marry quick. She said my girlfriend's ex was physically and emotionally abusive to her, but my girlfriend stayed in that relationship because she was dickmatized by him. Oh! Oh, fuck, man. Dude, I would just fucking delete my save file right there and then. No, I'm kidding. Look, if I was this dude's friend, I'd be like, listen, bro, you're only fucking 26-year-old, bro. Like, it's not the end of the world, bro. Like, dude, have a beer, bro. This is what we're going to do. We're going to call this fucking bitch. Dude, we're not even going to call her. She doesn't deserve a call. You're going to give her the breaking up text message, and that's going to be the end of it, okay? There's no salvaging this. There's no saving this. It's over. Dude, the friend's response to his question was so specific. She basically, dude, she saved this man's life. But on the other hand, she wasn't going to say shit unless she was asked. So I don't know if that's a red flag on the friend's part, but dude, she's like, yeah, she only wants to marry you quickly because you have money and a house and a job. You know, she'll bang Froggy, you know, because he's got her dickmatized, but she'll marry Reddit cuck because he's a good provider. That's just generally how it goes. So of course I reply, yeah, he beats me, spits in my face, says my cooking is shit, says I ain't like the others, but that dick got me hypnotized. I'd sever. This is what I would do. If I was selling this guy, I'd be like, look, I'd sever, sell my shit, go to court and change my name, move to another town, and move on without ever talking to the dumb woman and all of her friends. Because there's no recovering from any of this. There's nothing you can do. Like, it's over, guys. It's over. Dude, as soon as it's like, yeah, like, I love nice guy Eddie. He's such a good provider. He's so stable. I feel safe. But she's talking about other dudes like, oh, yeah, Steven had me dickmatized. Even though he beat the fuck out of me and did all this heinous shit to me. He abused me every night. He would just whip my ass, but that dick had me hypnotized. I don't know. What would you guys do? Like, how would you guys, dude, it's unbelievably over. This is probably a post from Jeremy from the Quartering. All right, let's see. Dual maiden strategy in action. There are no fathers around anymore to tell women pick one man and ignore the other. Stop playing games. You're getting old. Yeah. She's built for the streets. Yeah, dude, she's built for the street. This is where she belongs. Charge your exaggerated response to try and sound cool and profound. I don't know what you're saying, Chris G, but I'm sure it's retarded. All right, guys, we got to move on. Let's see what else. Oh no, I already opened that one up. Oh, it's Killer Chris G that Air July simp. He likes sucking on his hairy nuts. Bro, just dump her and be off. Don't make a gay song and dance like you proposed. Yeah, you're probably right, Killer Chris G. That's probably what he should have done. All right, sounds like you married an 8-year-old. Oh no, I'm so over this ridiculousness. All right, so this is from the subreddit Are Picky Eaters. I don't know about this one. My husband is the pickiest eater I have ever met. I'm over it times a million. He refuses to drink hot beverages, no soup unless it's December, no vegetables, just peppers and onion salads, ? Maybe 3 times a year, and only one kind, and only from one store. No sandwiches like tuna. Well, tuna's gross. Or egg salad. Ugh, gross. Only hot sandwiches like cheesesteak based. No cereals. No oatmeal, no casseroles, eggs, but only 2 preps, sunny side up, or eggs Benedict. He makes squishy once a year, but can't handle the texture of scrambled eggs. Won't follow a recipe and ruins it every fucking year. No coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni salad, mac and cheese. Rarely no Italian pasta dishes with chini. No Mexican food without margarita. Dude, first off, Mexican food is disgusting. I will never eat Mexican food. Ew. If he drinks any juice, it's orange juice and fresh squeezed by me only. Some days he won't eat at all. Sounds like he made an 8-year-old. Look, as a picky eater, we have weird taste buds. And You know what? The intolerance towards picky eaters, it needs to be a hate crime. It needs to be a like like a legit crime. I should be able to sue someone for mocking me for being a picky eater. Granted, like I eat quite a bit of food, but none of this shit. A lot of the oatmeal just sounds like gross. It looks like cum in a bowl. It's got lumpy shit in it. No, thank you. Ugh. Air July lives rent free in your head after he beat you up in the back alley. Dude, he beats me up in the back alley in a dream. He better wake up and apologize. I'll fucking whoop that boy's ass. I mean, that sounds pretty easy, to be honest. You sound like an 8-year-old. Quishy. Oh, no. Shit, let me read some of the comments here. Never met a picky eater that was also a good person. Generally the worst of the worst as they get older. He can be as picky as he wants if he takes care of 100% of his own meal prep. I know I wouldn't cook for him. Also blame his mother. No Italian pasta dishes without chili. Can't even finish that sentence without laughing. I should probably look up the psychology of picky eaters. Let's ask Grok. What is the psychology of picky eaters? Are they bad people in general? Explain. All right, let's hear. Wait, I don't even know what the troll man. I don't even understand what that take is. Mexican food ain't great, but it tastes good as fuck. Look, if it tastes good to you, that's fine. Me personally, I don't really like it. It's not for me. Like, I think it's kind of gross. I think they are entitled, narcissistic, often. All right, here we go. No, picky eaters are not bad people in general. Picky eaters, also called selective eating, is a neutral behavioral pattern, often rooted in biology, psychology, and early experiences base. So that means they didn't have a choice. This happened when they were kids. That says nothing about someone's moral character, kindness, empathy, or worth as a person. Judging it as bad is a common social stereotype. Yeah, so everybody who's talks shit about my picky eating, you're just being stereotypical and judgmental, and you should stop. But research shows it's far more complex and usually not a choice or flaw. Ooh. What picky eating actually is. Picky eaters strongly avoid certain foods based on taste, texture, smell, appearance, or even how foods touch each other. Dude, this is totally me. It's extremely common in kids, up to 50% at peak age is 2 to 5, but it persists into adulthood for a subset of people. Mid picky eating is harmless for most. Severe cases can overlap with clinical condition called afraid, avoid restrictive food, intake disorder. I've never heard of this, where it limits nutrition or causes real distress. Fuck, man, I might be in distress, you guys. The psychology, sensory sensitivity, that might be me because I'm autistic. Evolutionary food neophobia. Humans, especially young kids, evolved a built-in caution against new foods to avoid poison or illness. This fear of the new peaks in toddlers as they start exploring inadvertently and fades for most, but it sticks around stronger for some. Anxiety, disgust, and past experiences. I don't know, like my taste buds like changed, you guys. Like I used to love macaroni and cheese, like when I was a kid, and then like I stopped. And also like I used to really enjoy when I was a little baby eating at McDonald's when they made the food with beef tallow, but now I don't like it anymore. They changed the ingredient. It tastes like shit, and like I can obviously feel it. I don't know, like I'm like hypersensitive to like textures of food and shit. Temperament and early environment. Fussier, more emotionally reactive kids, common in certain neurodivergent profiles like autism or ADHD, are more prone. Parenting styles that involve pressure, bribery, or control can worsen it. Yeah, dude, that was me, because whenever anything or anyone attempted to control me, I just progressively got worse. And yeah, and I just never changed. Like, I just can't be controlled. I'm just so wild and out of control, you know? I think the best food is burgers. There's a lot you can do with them. Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't really used to eat hamburgers, but I've kind of come around to like looking up cooking with like healthier ingredients and stuff, healthier like olive oils that are like really, really good. I mean, there's just a lot of really great, healthier alternatives. And yeah, dude, I'll put, I don't like pickles, but I'll put like lettuce, I'll put tomatoes, maybe onions, maybe. And just some like dope ass seasoning. I'm picky at home. Will only eat certain things, and I have to prepare anything different myself to make it seem edible to me. At someone else's house, they can serve cat food, and we'll eat it together. Oh yeah, see, I don't know. I think I've kind of changed now that like I'm obviously not like a little kid anymore. Where like if I'm at somebody's house and like they're cooking, like I'll generally eat at least half of what they serve because it'll be like edible to me. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm weird. Like I don't like seafood. I don't like Asian food. I don't like Mexican food. Those are like obviously absolutely no Indian food. Anything halal, it sounds really fucking disgusting. Ew. Well, there's some Mexican food that I enjoyed. Like I think chorizo is pretty good. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think it's called abujas or abujas. I think those are pretty good. But yeah, it just really depends. Carne asada is okay, but I just like carne asada like plain. I just put like some crushed red peppers and some black peppers on there. It's delicious. All right, well that's enough of this picky eating shit. Oh no, I relaxed my muscles too much and I let go. I farted during sex. Can't get over it. For context, I 26F or 26, yeah, 26F. I've been with my boyfriend 28M for almost 2 years. He's my first, and I've never been this vulnerable emotionally and physically with anyone else. I absolutely love him and enjoy our adult time. Last night I farted. Yes, I farted during sex at the end of it. This is the first fart of the relationship, and it had to be me during sex. I relaxed my muscles too much and I let go. I can't get it out of my mind. My boyfriend was the sweetest about it and we laughed it off. I jokingly said, "Oh, we had to break up. I don't think I can have sex anymore." It wasn't serious, obviously, but I feel like a part of it is real. I don't feel like I can trust my body anymore. I'm so embarrassed. Even the thought of being naked is not appealing to me right now. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I just can't help it. Look, if you never experienced this phenomenon, yeah, you're missing out on the finer things in life. It's not the end of the world. I think this is kind of adorable and funny. Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure, dude. Honestly, if the man is like a man, he doesn't care, and it's just gonna be a funny story a year from now. Let's see. Do we have any good ones? What are some of the juicy ones? Oh no. This is from the unheard. Porn guys repel women. Addicts are destroying relationships. Yeah, let's see. I think it's weird to tell a restaurant to change anything about a dish. I won't do that no matter what, but I avoid going out because of that. What? Dude, you're a fucking cuck, Zombie Bomb. First off, if you go to a restaurant, you're paying for it. So let's say like you want wings, okay? You can get them mild, super hot, or even plain. Like that's just an option. It's like, yeah, they'll make the food how you want. That's why they charge a lot more. There's that fee to eat. There's that premium price tag on the food that you eat. You're a cuck. Let's see. I really like mushrooms. Mushroom cooked with onions on a burger with Swiss on the toasted bun, all done on a cast iron is really good to me. I'm not really a fan of mushrooms, man, but if you enjoy it, that's awesome. Imagine how bad the sex was that she didn't forget about this by the end of the night. Yeah, dude, Zombie Bomb, you might have a point there. All right, anyways, back to the porn guys. So yeah, everyone knows my stance on the pornographers. I think they need to be rounded up. Execution. The gooners, hands cut off. But that's like the death penalty for gooners, right? The hands gotta go. However, there's redemption, but they gotta like force labor until they subscribe to the Never Goon movement. Liberalism's favorite battles: defend what feels good, drugs feel good, bumping the tube barrier feels good. Paying a prostitute to relieve you of sexual frustration or the shame of virginity feels good. Hiring a surrogate's womb keeps your own body pain-free and supple. That feels good too. But the best way liberalism makes this feel good, the cheapest, least risky, most private way, it shoots dopamine into your brain cells and color into sallow cheeks, is by providing us with infinite pornography. Any damage to the watcher and his or her peers or society at large, however alarming, however tragic, is but a tedious, prudish impediment to the liberated sex positivity stand's journey of self-expression. In an idiocracy, the ID wins out. The pleasure principle is progressivism's untouchable red line. Let's prod it anyways. So let's see where we get to the good part. Hentai addicts feel feet guys and furries are smirking themselves into solitude, and the partners they compel to fulfill pornographic fantasies do so with a grimace at best. However, well, they hide it. Yeah, so, I mean, people are like, well, what do you got against anime? I mean, dude, this is why. Like, anime is kind of overlapping with a lot of this shit. I actually know somebody who's a feet guy. I'm not friends with them and never was friends with him. He's kind of a fucking dork. Somebody that my friends know. And yeah, he's a fucking creep, and he was into feet. So I see that furries obviously are just weird, degenerate creeps, and they deserve, to be rounded up and put in camps themselves. And all of it's just degenerate filth. I mean, this is how you know fascism isn't real. If there was real fascism, we would ban the hentai. The feet guys would be imprisoned. The furries would be imprisoned, and that'd be the end of it. Let's see. Oh, it ends there. Saw that if you ever need a permission, it is okay to find things disgusting. It is okay on a date to sneak out the back, leave him staring into his cider. You don't need to tolerate his weird desires. You don't even need to see him again. It's okay in a drought of nice and normal men not to date anyone at all. Nothing is worse than having to comfort a boyfriend who can only get aroused by the pyrotechnics of pornography. There, the humiliation is total. Yeah, dude, if you watch porn and some cuck shit, like, you're fucking cucked if you're into that shit. The porn lobby may have duped credulous rainbow theorists into enveloping socially malignant interests into identity politics. I'm into consensual non-consent. I'm into age play. I'm a choker. But being proud of your desire to hurt women or children won't improve your chances of having a good relationship. Hentai addicts, feet guys, and furries are smirking themselves into solitude, and the partners that compelled to fulfill pornographic fantasies do so with a grimace at best. However well they hide it, at worst, they're out the door, co-signing you to a growing dossier of dinner party stories. Them's the breaks, fellas. Porn is a vengeful reaper, a pestilence growing more visible as the sexes grow apart and young men disappear into moaning, grunting vortices on their phone screen. Porn is in a death spiral. The accelerating superstimuli of Gooner material, the subject of a recent viral Harper's article, can no longer be ignored. Things are getting worse. They can only ever do that because the more extreme the content, the more hooked the users, the more likely they are to stay on the site, to pay to return. Porn feels good until it doesn't, until the afterglow is gone, until you see the bruises on your girlfriend's neck, the rings under your eyes from another night's sleep lost to watching strangers on all fours, the news reports of industry darlings who deleted themselves. There's nothing liberated about this. Once self-discipline was a virtue, once shame provided guidance about how much we could expect others to tolerate or participate in our fantasies. Now gratification is the means and the end. It flattens all moral values, tramples on women, and deflates your dick. Top-down legislation can only do so much. This week's announcement of a ban on choking porn is a start, and anything that stops 12-year-old girls being strangled during their first kiss is a good thing. Ultimately, though, it's up to men to pack it up. So stop for all our sakes. Well, the funny thing about this is, like, the onus isn't entirely on men, because now there's like an epidemic of female gooners. So now there are female gooners who are gaining notoriety, who are gaining the clicks, gaining the clout, because I think there's a plethora of female gooners out there. There's very, very few that are openly vulnerable. There's very few that are kind of open to revealing to the world, like, who they really are. They think it's kind of funny and a joke, and maybe it is to some, but this is some serious shit, man. And again, like, if you're like one of the anti-Semite bros, anti-Israel bros, and you want to get back at the illegitimate regime that is controlling and destroying the West, you cannot watch this shit. It is fucking killing you. It is destroying your brain. It is physically destroying you. And it is making you repulsive to be around. I don't want to be around gooners. I don't want to be fucking seen with them. I don't want to hang out with them. Women obviously don't want to fucking be seen with them, be around them, date them, have kids with them. Like, nobody likes these gooner freaks, these foot fetish freaks, these furries. Like, all these people are fucking disgusting, and they need to be rounded up and put in camps. And the pornographers need to be executed. All right, so let's see. Killer Chris G is talking shit. Says I have bad taste in food. Go fuck yourself. Let's see. Idle hands are Gunner's hands. Men need things to do, like gardening. Good. I have a garden, very industrial and blindly bright. Everyone should be gardening. It's not hard. So is gardening the solution to the gooning problem? It might be. I had hoped for a peaceful little spa, but that isn't very efficient. True, but if you ban porn, Islam is going to see an ally in the U.S. It's not really the... No, we wouldn't have... if we were to really, like, expel pornography from the United States, I don't instantly think that, like, oh, well, we're gonna be cool with Islam. I just don't think that that's how, like, people work. Like right now, let's say me and Destiny, we do not like each other. We have very differing beliefs, but we can probably agree that Jeremy from the Quartering is a punk bitch and a coward and a pathetic gooning cuck, just like Destiny is. Let's see. Hanok to see Puniti, brother. He's waiting for us to disagree. Clowno. Oh, Jesus Christ. Clowno. God damn it. You guys are awful. All right, we gotta move on. She got caught cheating and brought her dad to defend her, but he ended up siding with her boyfriend.
Not alright. Your daughter's cheated on me, mate.
What? What have you done?
She's cheated on me. And now she wants to come back into my house.
Because I want to apologise. I want to talk like adults.
Why have you brought your dad here?
Because he knows that I'm a good person and how much I care about you.
Excuse me. Hang on a second. You've cheated on John.
It was just one night. I just got really drunk. It happens all the time.
Oh, it happens all the time. You cheat on him all the time.
No, but like people do it all the time.
No, it doesn't happen all the time.
I've never done it. What's the matter with you?
That's what you see in the movies, isn't it?
This is real life. Why have you done that to the man you
I didn't do it purposely. I was just really drunk, and I said I'm sorry, and I just
John,
want
mate,
to
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, really. I mean, it's
not your fault, then.
My daughter, I mean, I thought she had more morals than that. So,
I said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to do? I said
you said you're sorry, but that's it. Like, I'm not letting you back in my house. Like,
yeah, sorry doesn't cut it, does it? I can't say I blame him, really. You better come back with me now.
No, I'm not leaving until I talk to you.
He doesn't want to talk to you. I don't blame him. I wouldn't talk to you either.
Well,
I've talked to you. I've talked to you. You didn't even tell me. You didn't even tell me. Your friend told me. Your friend sent me a picture of you kissing another guy.
Like, you did. It was one time. There was no intention behind it.
Well, it must have been intention.
It don't matter if it's intention.
That's not an excuse.
The intention is you're not allowed back in my house. End of.
He's not letting you back in. I don't blame him. In fact, I'm totally on
You're going to miss me. You're going to miss me. You'll come crawling
John,
back.
mate, I'm so sorry. I apologise on my daughter's behalf. I thought she was better than this. I really did. I'm really sad and angry about it.
What can I do to make it better?
I'll tell you what, John. If I pop round tomorrow, shall I pick up her stuff from you? John?
Yeah, like she's not welcome back in my house.
No, I understand that, and I get that completely. And I'll pop round. What time? What's good for you tomorrow?
I'll send you a text. I don't know, but like, yeah, like I'm still just in a bit of shock, you know. Like it's not really something I thought about.
Come on, car, home, you stupid girl.
Dude, yeah, this is base dad. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a good dad. I feel like he's a good, wholesome dad who tried. He's like, I never fucking cheated on your mom. We're still together. And like, she's out there, you know, for the fucking streets. Everything is fake on the site now. Everyone is a bot responding seriously. Wait a minute, this is fake? I don't have no recollection of this being fake. You stupid girl. Who's all the time, shitty people. I think Willie Mack is...
my dad.
He's misremembering. All right, let's see. Americanized wife. What is this? Passport bros. I don't feel so good. Oh, I think I remember this one. Oh God, here we go. Oh, I gotta turn this up.
She hand washed all her entire family's clothes for her entire life, and now she's got a washer and dryer. It's so easy to do laundry, but she acts like it's a massive chore. What's your answer?
First of all, you said you're gonna do your own laundry. I am doing everyone's laundry. And then you said, I'm gonna do my laundry, I'm gonna do my laundry. But every time you do your fucking laundry, you're like, who are you? Who dare you to...
I'll do my own laundry. I don't mind. It just doesn't make any sense to me that you did laundry by hand in the Philippines for your entire life, and now it's so easy with mechanical washer and dryer, and it's so hard. You got all...
Dude, why the fuck is that family sleeping on the floor? What's going on here?
All this extra time, at least do mine, help me.
Don't cry. Why are you crying?
Not
Stop spreading virus here. You're a virus here.
Yeah, I'm a virus, but she's a parasite.
You're giving everybody.
Yeah, dude, so many questions. Yeah, the guy's a dumbass. First off, why is your family sleeping on the fucking floor? Two, look, I feel like the passport bro movement was really like just a sneaky way to get like BIPOC men to self-deport out of the country and to mix up with women from the third world and just kind of get rid of them, just make it a little bit, for normal guys like us to just breathe again. Yeah, that should be the main function of the passport bro movement. But yeah, dude, like you go to a foreign country, I presume you had these kids with her, and you're an old dude. Like he looks clearly way, way, way older. Like, dude, he looks older than my dad. He didn't understand. I feel like he didn't know what he was getting himself into. Like that's really what this feels like. I'm gonna have to blame this on the man for making a lot of really poor choices. She fucking hates him. Yeah. Oh God, you don't leave a culture that has made women insufferable to find a woman and then bring them to that same culture. The absolute key to being a passport bro is that you stay in the place, the culture that made the woman better to deal with in the first place. Yeah, so it's like bringing them back to the U.S. like doesn't make a lot of sense, and like a lot of these BIPOC men who like can't like get with like a white chick or whatever, like that's the whole point of the passport bro movement. We gotta get passports for all these brown guys so they can fuck off and get out of here and hopefully find love and chill out. This is sad as fuck. Passport bros, and it's a 50-year-old man complaining about the ugliest. Oh no, I can't read that. Never sympathize for people like this. Never. Yeah, it's kind of hard to feel bad. It's like, dude, you're like 50, 60 years old, and you should at least have some experience with women. At least you should be able to pick up on the body language that you're trying to get with somebody who's going to use you. So as soon as she shows up in the US, all she does is sit on the fucking floor on a mattress with babies, your babies, and just doom scrolls. I don't know. I feel like a lot of mistakes are made. She ain't cleaning up though. Yeah, she should be cleaning up. That house looks like a fucking mess, but in her defense, they're literally sleeping on a floor. I don't understand what's going on. So I have so many questions here. I still lean towards the man as the dumbass. Why is he posting this anyways? It's a great question. This is embarrassing. I would never post something like this. Fortunately, I've never gone through anything like that. But yeah, the guy is mad that she's holding him to his word. Yeah, I know, right? That's how Filipinos sleep all together on the floor. Really? No idea. Don't hate on passport bro envy. Dude, I have a passport, but I'm not going to use it to sleep with brown women in third world shitholes. She ain't cleaning up though. Yeah, passport bros are mostly just black men who are going to start getting arrested in the next 5 or so years. So I think, they'll spoil that and piss off the very nice, very no nonsense Asians. They already do that. Passport bros should only be for casual sex or moving away to another country. That might be true. Like if you're doing remote work, I could probably see that like making sense of Gio and his white woman worship. I'm not worshiping white women. I don't know what you're talking about. I think some Asians prefer floor mattresses. That might just be the Japanese though. I have no idea, dude. They'll beat the shit out of you if you step over them while they sleep. You have to walk around. American culture, corruption doesn't discriminate. Women are women, easily corruptible. Yeah, as soon as she got on social media, then she probably became lazy. So that's probably what happened. And you stuck in from the third world country. I was stuck in from the third world country. It's news to me. All right, we got to move on. Let's see. I'm starting to regret telling the other woman's husband about her flirting with my husband. Ooh. About a month ago, I found a text exchange between my husband and a colleague that sounded like a continuation of a talk they had at a work outing, where she confessed that she wanted him with all her senses, but that it will never go beyond that because she loved her husband and would never hurt or disrespect him. I confronted my husband, and he said it was nothing, just a drunk conversation, and nothing has ever happened between them and never will. I chose to send the screenshots to her husband, and from her reaction, I think they're separated and headed for divorce. She sent me a text last night asking if I was happy with what I did, if I could sleep well at night, and that now she is free to do what she wants now. Do you understand that I am free to do what I want now? I hope you're happy. My mother said that I should never have contacted her husband. I am naive to believe nobody ever fantasized about people other than their partners, and alcohol made her speak her fantasy out loud. My husband is very upset with me and said that she didn't deserve it. He is refusing to find a new job or cut contact with her. Yeah, the husband's probably going to fuck her in the car. Yeah, she should have just kept her fucking mouth shut. Oh my god, Hanook, delete that comment. It's really hateful. What's up, Morse code? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, yeah, the woman should just dude, I don't know, man. On one hand, dude, okay, guys, I'm conflicted here. I want to take the woman's side. Look, if I'm the dude and the roles are reversed in this story and some fucking idiot is like, yeah, girl, I want to get with that. I'd be like, no, fuck that. You're gonna cut off contact. No, I'd go fucking nuts. Like if she wouldn't listen, if the woman wouldn't, my girlfriend or wife wouldn't listen to me about cutting off contact, avoiding him, I would go to HR. Also, I would also like I would place myself in this position as well. I would be willing to lose my wife to not be a cuck. So I would go to HR, get the guy fired, be like, yeah, he's sexually harassing my wife, and I'm going to sue for distress or whatever. And I'm also going to send the text messages to the wife of the husband that's trying to hook up with my girlfriend or my wife. I would go fucking scorched earth, you guys. You can't be fucking around with other people's relationships like that. I don't. Like, I have a rule. If a girl is, like, married or in a relationship, like, I don't talk with them. We're not going to hang out. We're not going to be anything because I don't want to disrespect another man's relationship. And again, like, there's just no need to be friends or hanging out with somebody who's, like, married or whatever. That's just not really how the real world works. I'd rather just be with other single women, and that's it. All right, we gotta move on. Yeah, I'm on the woman's side. Oh, I already read this. I just found out my boyfriend voted for Trump. Oh my god. Oh, this is quite a bit. I'm not gonna read all this. Yeah, fuck her. The woman's wrong. A sinister dating trend where women say men abandon them in the wilderness. He let me alone to test me. Yeah, she must have been really annoying. This actually sounds like a really great idea. I might need to read that article and take notes. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the show. Let me read some of these comments here. Oh, yeah, apparently Ro Khanna, the poop demon, is going to get exposed. Martin Shkreli, who's out of prison finally. He's exposing all these politicians. I don't know what's going on, man. All these Democrats are going down right before the midterm election, so we'll see how things play out. Let me read some of these comments here before I clear out. I am on the women's side, Giovanni. Guys, what the fuck? What would you do? Women will do this shit where they say they are single, but they aren't. I recall meeting up with a woman, and she was wearing a man's shirt and pajamas, pajama pants. Shunned her after that. Okay, for Buckaroo Banzai, here's the problem. She's wearing sweatpants in public. That's a red flag already. I would have walked if I were you, especially if it was like a date setting. If it was like somebody I met off of Tinder and she's wearing sweats in public, I say nothing, block her on socials, and then I bounce. Well, you'd probably have to throw away your puppets. No puppet is worth going scorched earth. Shut the fuck up, Inuktadusi. Yeah, women on hikes is always a recipe for an argument. Yeah, I don't think this is a good idea. That doesn't sound really attractive to me. I've never taken a woman out on a hiking date. I have gone hiking with women that I was already dating or in a relationship with before plenty of times. It's not really a problem, but like on a Tinder date, yeah, no thank you. I don't trust them. I wouldn't trust the woman. It's a dangerous world out there, guys. You don't want to be caught alone with a woman on a trail by yourself. And if it goes wrong, a woman that you don't know, if it goes wrong, you know, she can claim shit happened that didn't. It's just not a good idea. Take her to a nightclub, take her to the movies, take her where there's cameras, take her where there's other people, get to know her first, and you'll be all right. Pajama pants aren't sweats. Okay, they can be. Same shit. I mean, Zombie Bomb, you probably wear pajama pants in public. Shame on you. You're disgusting. You should see a girl hiking, streaming alone in the wilderness in the skin tight bikini spandex. Oh yeah, I saw that video. She's like in Mexico right now. She's like hiking all the way to Canada. Yeah, that chick is dumb. Her father must be incredibly disappointed, or he's not in the picture. More than likely, he's not in the picture. The man's shirt was the biggest thing I noticed. Clearly, she knows another man. Yeah, probably. Did you used to call Orange Man my base scammo? I don't know what that means. I've never seen sweats made of lace. Didn't. Gayo be writing random shit like anyone looks at his replies. I don't know, dude. My follower count keeps growing. I feel like just yesterday it was like 300 followers, and now it's like what 747. Dude, that's crazy. I don't know why. I'm not that interesting. I think it sounds exactly like Vance. Oh, dude, I can't. It's probably copyright. Dude, K6 is just seething because he likes to suck the hairy nuts of Eric July and cry about him being doxxed, even though I didn't do anything. What the fuck? There's a swastika on the screen? Oh shit, hold on, I gotta get out of that. Oh, what is this? Guys, I'm freaking out here. I forgot to put on a condom and came inside of a boy wife, and now I think she may be what the fuck do I do? Yeah, I can't read all that. What is this? The Kiddo Casino channel is unlikely to be reinstated because it's against the rules to post clips of banned shows without transforming to commentary. Dude, that's such a fucking stupid rule. A few years ago, I had an idea to make a clips channel of all the right-wing stuff that I personally watched that wasn't on YouTube, Gumroad, Censor TV, Millennial, all that kind of stuff. A clip of Nick Fuentes debating Alex Jones went viral, and it got taken down along with the Millennial clip. YouTube explained it was against the rules to repost ban creators. Despite what Worski has been saying, the original large KC channel called Daka Daka was terminated, which means all KC clipping channels on YouTube are lost causes according to the rules. RIP. Let's see. I got like 100 followers on Twitter just being an asshole. That shit's easy. I guess it is. I don't know. Again, like I'm not like out there like trying to like grow some sort of presence on the platform. It's really just a shill for the stream and for the Etsy and whatnot. So yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, also what I've been working on is oh shit, I don't have it right here with me, but I'm starting to write scripts for Trench Crusade related videos on the Fleece and Bolter channel. So link in the description to the second channel. I can't wait to start uploading it, man. It's been the last year. Exactly the last 300 days of my life have been very, 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 very physically demanding for me and physically challenging for me, but I got through it. And now I'm like, planning all these fun events. I'm working on the puppetry. I'm working on the second channel that I'm starting from scratch, and Cheese is going to be a part of that and help me out because we both want to do really fun stuff. Making music again, and yeah, man, it's been a wild ride. It's been a seriously fun wild ride, and I've missed streaming. And dude, it's funny. I get more viewers than Jeremy from the Quartering. But anyways, let's see. Rayso, when is the Aryan puppet gonna be in the market? Yeah, I'm not gonna make such a puppet because I'm not trying to get banned or come off as like a groiper, because like being labeled a groiper is like a fucking death sentence at this point. Yeah, all that scamming old ladies really takes it out of you. Oh, shut the fuck up, KG. Killer Chris G, you fucking piece of shit. Don't you ever fucking call me a scammer again. Yeah, new rule, you're not allowed to call the host of the channel a scammer. You're going to get banned. Yeah, but other than that, you guys, it's already gone 2 hours. It's too long. Gravy and Puppets is not considered working on. God damn it, you guys. I just can't win with this chat. All right, guys. Well, I need water because I didn't have any water with me prepped. Is somebody texting me? Yes. All right. I got to respond to that. So, thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also head on over to my Etsy page and buy shit. And head on over to Fleece and Bolter and buy shit. Or not buy shit, but subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned, man, because I plan to be doing really fun puppet videos. And just have a good time with it, man. I heard the Quartering say the same thing once. Fuck the Quartering. He can go fuck himself. Just getting that poor old lady. Okay, you know what? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what old lady you're talking about, but I'm over it. So I hope everybody, I'm so thirsty. So I hope everybody has a good night. I am out. Peace out, bros.